Podcast, read all about it. When it comes to podcasting, we are number one. All these sponsors ready, the big steps ready, the internet above the up. Welcome to the Friday, Hey Arima,
hey Digo,
hey Brooklyn,
big up Canada,
hey Caroline,
long down in Tobago,
Sherry Life, UK London, Sherry Life, everybody the Sherry Life. Why?
Friday in the place,
Random singing.
Friday in the place,
Take your phone on.
Sherry Life,
Hey dog,
Sherry Life, Debbie,
Patrina,
Sherry Life, Jacksonville, Sherry Life,
Todd,
Sherry Life, Sadie and Joanna, Sherry Life,
everybody just Sherry Life. Friday,
and
line. Start the show.
Babla people.
Pizza. Pizza. Pizza.
Come with us to Xanadu Tropical Resort, located in Lopino, Trinidad at the foothill of the Northern Range. This resort is quite different. It's indeed a secret hideaway. Imagine there's a bird zoo with different tropical birds. First thing we did was check out the pool. Thumbs up. Nice covered rustic bar with lots of space to have a line. Hammock? Check. Food? Check. You could bring your own or order with their caterers. Xanadu offers day passes, or if you want to spend a night, there are 13 comfortable rooms with air condition, of course, and bars to choose from. Oh, and before we go, look at this view at night.
One Light Promotions presents Gospel on the Greens, The Awakening, Sunday, April 6, 5 p.m. at the Greens at Farm Road, Wassa Ground, St. Joseph, featuring Jaron Nurse, Blessed Messenger, Mark Isaacs, Terrence Baines, Chantel Lindsay, Sterling Roberts, Darren Charles, Renee Fortune, worship by Gates Praise, and other surprise ministers. Early bird tickets available at $150. General tickets $200. Tickets available at Island E-Ticket, Shuaholics, and Living Legacy Pharmacy in Arima.
Caribbean Musicians and Artists Conference presents The Resurrection, Saturday 19th April 2025, 6 p.m. at the Naparima Bowl Amphitheater, featuring Jaron Nurse, Sir Marshall, Cohen Duncan, Reverend Angela Williams, Nataki Lendor, Nathaniel, Keron Elisha Duncan, Mark Isaacs, Lisa and JD, Mention, Samantha Johnson, Quinton Nichols, Riyad Emmanuel, and Gerard Placid. Tickets only $200. Don't miss our early bird 2-on-1 ticket specials. For more information, call 720-1805 or 328-7785.
I'm happy.
Share the live. Share the live. You're watching Fry Bacon Live, the #1 podcast in Trinidad.
Boom! Fry back!
Yeah,
That little.
me no one notice that on there though.
It's you?
Me?
Yeah, you wasn't off?
Brother.
You saw?
JD, I
You
did.
sung after me?
No, you off. let me start the song now, and you fall in.
That never happened. You know?
Plus, my mic was far.
Yeah, bring it in now.
Hush, eh?
Bam, bam, boom! Fry back! Fry
I just
How about song off there? Hold on. It have a tune or something on it or what? You start. Go ahead. Already.
Fry back,
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 fry back, Lime,
and
lime,
and
lime,
and
lime.
and
Serious thing now. Wake up, wake up. Let me go. Boom.
Fry back,
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 fry back.
fry back. Hand, lime, hand, lime, hand, lime, hand, lime, hand, lime,
Pull back,
hand, lime.
pull back, pull back,
You know. You know, Reba.
Oh my God.
I don't know what's going on here.
And you had the two headphones on,
Yeah, hold on. You hear me clearly?
You're too forward.
I don't know.
You're not to give people a chance.
Yeah,
You
hear
see,
me?
I hear.
Check, check. Psst, psst, psst. You hear me?
Yeah.
All right, go.
Hey, MX. MX say,
Oh,
well,
Lord.
boy,
Yeah. I don't know what's happening here. Hold on.
you could just allow me to do the musical parts of the song.
All
and
right.
then you could start the share Arima, share the live and thing. And
Sounds good. I
you
don't know.
understand?
I feel that the tooth, the teeth that I take out, you know. Oh God, next thing I mess with my
You'll be all right.
with my ears. That could happen, you know.
It could happen. It could happen.
No, because remember your jaw here connected to.
Yeah, what?
There you go.
Okay. All right. Hey, Ocean.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Jenny,
ready?
don't speak. Right. Fry back, 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 and
Lime, lime,
and
lime,
and
lime,
and
lime,
and
lime,
and
lime.
and
Hear me now.
Fry back,
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 and
Lime,
and
lime,
and
lime,
and
lime,
and
lime. Let me stand, let me stand, let me go.
All right. Hey, Arima.
Shady live,
Down Digo.
Shady live,
El Socorro.
Shady live.
Down in Canada.
Shady live.
Well,
Shady live, UK, London, Shady live, all Brooklyn, Shady live, everybody just Shady live.
well, way. Fry back in the place.
Random singing.
Whoa. Fry back in the place.
But take your phone, take your phone, take your phone on.
Shady live.
Puna,
Shady live.
Barataria,
Shady live.
Londonville,
Shady live.
Mova,
Shady live.
Westmoreland,
Shady live.
everybody just Freddy live. Come on now, it's a Shady live, big girl.
Fry back.
Fry back,
Fry back.
fry back,
Fry- What do you
fry
know
back.
how loud he is?
Yeah, me now, yeah, me now, yeah, me now, yeah, me now. Ready now? Well, everybody, Missy, big up who no side the dance. Big up all man and big up all woman. Right about now, me wire up, pam, pam, boom. Everybody say, put down on a gun. This is not a thing that you want to go and miss. Hey, boy, wind up on your miss. Hey, girl, you look so good. Hold on. All right, let me go.
And
Up
then,
now.
and then when we get one booking for the first quarter of the year, you
Well,
want
I
to
am
be
your
wife. You are my wife?
Well, I am your husband.
All right. There you go.
So people can whine. Can you whine on your... No, this is a serious question, right?
Kevin, thank you for the booking, nevertheless, sir.
No, it's a serious question. What is the problem if I whine on you? Me just whine up in a bed. Me can whine up in a dance.
I don't think the problem is you winding up on me. I just think is when and how. You know, you just do it
That is why...
when it's not necessary.
That is why you haven't... That is why marriage is under pressure and people divorcing in church.
People divorcing because they
Because
can't
they
wine
can't...
on somebody?
Yes.
Oh, please.
Yeah. Yeah, because
Right, JD. Well,
because
go and whine on people and help
no,
them.
because people outside the church going parties and they with the couples and their wives and they whining and having a good time. But when you go a gospel concert, you have to be arm's length.
Well,
So that is damaging.
a gospel concert.
I told good there.
No, you didn't. Because the purpose of a gospel concert is not to do that. It's to praise and glorify God. There's nothing in that.
Not only.
Nothing in that. The music in that is not geared towards that type of personal gratification. That I need to jam
So
and whine
all right.
on
So
you.
where we could go to for
You
me
could
for,
go
to
to
go and
another probably an all-inclusive or something.
but then that's again. Anyway, we have guests. We'll get into that later. All
Yeah,
right.
you
so
just stray like a whole.
you're the stray. There we go. All right. Welcome
don't
inside
stray.
another edition of JD's Vlog. What's up? My name is JD. Mom.
Do that again, because I didn't stray.
Yeah, you did.
No, you said wine, and then I said,
All right, cool, brother.
All right, let go.
Welcome inside another edition of JD's Vlog. What's up? My name is JD.
My name is Nisa.
This is the Friday Canline Show. Every single Saturday, 7:30 p.m. We are here. Yo, and our guest very much on time. Watchman. Sit down waiting, you know. I don't know if there was this since 4 o'clock.
They were waiting,
Yes.
and you didn't tell me nothing?
No, well, I was so surprised. When I went for the pizza, shout out to Little Caesars, we're going to talk about that in a little bit.
Right.
But when I went for the pizza, when I come back, I see them outside waiting. They could have been there since 5 o'clock. I don't know.
All right.
So if we had to give an award for early guests,
It would be them, because most people I was telling them.
the show
before,
was pretty early too.
Most people kind of come a little late. But yeah,
No, the show was late.
the show was late.
Yeah, I think they get the award for it. All right. Of course, we want to say thank you so much. We are inside sponsor hour. Let me get into it
Yes,
one time, because our guests are here and they are very, very busy people. So I hope they stay with us for the duration of the time. You understand? But you can never know, because they are queens of the internet, but we could talk about that in a little bit. All right. So thank you so much, Little Caesars. I recommend Little Caesars today. Easy Sue. Big up Denise, everybody. Right now, they have a bunch of specials going on, all right? So what we had tonight in the background, I'll show you in a little bit. We ordered the deep dish tree meat. They did the tree meat in the deep dish.
They have a deep dish.
I got it
Tree
tonight.
meat. Sweet.
Bang,
We
bang.
get it tonight.
bang,
We get it tonight. So if you know that, we know that we love the deep dish, but it's normally in the pizza pie style. But they have it in the deep dish as well. So that's what we have for our guests this evening. But this is one of the offers going on with Little Caesars. They have the 2 pizzas, cheese and pepperoni for only $110. Bad. Little Caesars, not only our favorite pizza, and I'm just saying that, but it's the most affordable, I think. Nisa, watch the comment section, because I'm doing the business. Hey, you see this here? Bang! Boom! And a bang bang. All right. So this is Nisa, our very own Nisa in concert. Yes, boy.
Well, they would think JD more
Watch
excited
me.
than me. I am excited, and it's just that I'm a different person.
Walk up and down and get up a runway. Walk there for me.
Yeah.
Walk down there from my bathroom. Come back.
Wrong
Go ahead.
girlfriend, you know.
All right. Girlfriend. I know-
Exactly, your girlfriend would do that, but this wife is a queen. She don't walk up and down for people to look at her. You understand?
I think you don't understand what marriage is. I'm going to explain to you. All right.
Focus.
So Bespoke Production and Clinical Media presents May the 24th. That is where everybody need land in the nation is heading on to Central Bank Auditorium, 6 p.m. for what? My beautiful wife in concert, Nisa in concert, is called Aurora. And she's coming out full band, full backups, all of that. Tickets are only $250. We had a bunch of people saying if they could get their tickets now. So what I already started to do is, persons who just wanted to jump, take front, I started to make little, well, it's not the most professional thing, because it's supposed to have like a pre-something.
Yeah.
We didn't do that. I didn't expect, all right? So, but persons started to send, they want tickets now, and the tickets not out yet. I'm not out online, and it's not out in physical stores yet, but I started to do like little names, writing names down, all right? So I'm not telling you to do that, because I don't want it to get out of control. But then again, if you want to, yeah, you can do it. Let it get out of control. Nisa is in concert, and that is happening May the 24th. How are you feeling?
You know me. I am me.
Now, the teacher to sell. You have to be a little bit more like...
I understand, but listen, I feel like in this day and age, there's a lot of pressure on people to be different versions of themselves, and I can't do that. If my tribe understands me, they will know my personality. I am not JD. I wouldn't flip around the room, but I am very excited. But I'm more in my head because, you know, the technical stuff, the rehearsals, the singing, the where this and that coming from, you know, but I'm still, every rehearsal, I'm a little more, and my voice kind of coming back. But I didn't have a voice for almost like 3 months more, so I started to feel like what the hell?
Well, you had enough voice to talk, eh?
Yeah, well, talking does not put the strain on the voice that singing does.
I know.
Yeah.
But it's talk pretty good, you know? So anyway, Nisa in concert, and listen, we all, if you love your girl, you love Nisa, we're going to get ready to support Nisa down in the Central Bank Auditorium, May the
24th.
Bear with us.
Hi, Shamika.
Sometimes we have, easy Shamika, sometimes we have one ad, sometimes we don't have any. So, you know, we want to give God praise when we have the little ad. So please bear with us. Let's get through
the business.
The business, because persons invest with us. You know, we just talk frank with all you, right? Persons invest with us because they believe and they have seen that this podcast does very well in terms of views. What that means for them, that they get in the thing in front of you all eyes. If you might be interested, you're going to check it out, all right? So it's concert season and we're calling it. No, we're not concert season yet. This is Xanadu Tropical Resort. You've seen the ad on our page, and it's a little hideaway, you know, a nice little getaway. You know, you take your wife. You understand? Ladies.
Can you take friends somewhere? Everything has to be about your wife and the bed.
Well, I really wanted to say girl, but I tried to be diplomatic.
Like really and truly, everything, there's family, there's friendship, then there's Eros relationship. Take your friends and go down, have a day pass and all of that. Everything don't have to be sexual, bro.
Well, I mean, yeah, but no, you know, but I understand this.
Oh my God.
Right? So if you have no man, ladies, you have no man, and you fellas, if you have no girl, you want to go with your brethren, you could do that. Well,
oh my God.
Group. They have group too. You understand? 13, about 13 rooms, you know. 13 rooms down there, Xanadu. In the back is spacious. They have the pool is. I remember the pool was. You went in. What was?
It was nice. But I want to go into a pool one day where I could just dive. So I'm working on getting back my locks so I could just jump in the water.
Well, just take off your wig.
I'm all in ready for all of that goddessness. When the kinky start to kink, so.
Right.
Yeah. All in ready.
The back has a nice rustic vibe, so you can have a lime here, have a party. I could see a nice little all-inclusive in the back there. And the rooms are very clean as well. Xanadu Tropical Resort is about 5 minutes when you head into Lopino, and you know the fork in the road to head Lopino.
Is that a Lopino or?
So, right? You're bearing right, and you drive for about 5 minutes. You can't miss it because the wall is very colorful. They have a parrot zoo and all kind of vibes. So thank you, Xanadu, for also sponsoring this for the 2 hours. But this hour, however, is Gospel on the Greens. If you've been listening to Sky 99.5 FM Reloaded, you would hear what's going on with Gospel on the Greens. It's happening when? Tomorrow?
That's right.
Tomorrow. So I believe you could go down there and pay at the door if you wake up tomorrow and you say, you know what? Why, I boring, but I bored. Nothing going on with me. Find yourself down there in the Wassa grounds. Gospel on the Greens, the Awakening. Jaron is going to be there. Blessed Mark Isaac, Bishop Terrence Baines, Rennie Joseph Fortune, Gates Praise, Sterling Roberts, Chantal Lindsay. Well, you can't go and get tickets at Truaholics no more because it's closed. So try your luck and go down there and pay $200 by the gate. You want to get this one, Nisa?
Yes, sir. Bring it closer for me. All right. It's Praise on the Water 2K25. It's the 7th edition, and it's going to be on the Harbor Master Saturday, June 21st at 4 p.m. Special guest in AA. We on this too?
I'm going to mash up this boat. Let me only know one time.
All right. You told me to take it. Okay. All right. The artists on this Water 2K25, JD and Nisa, Nigella. We have Jazzy. We have Jaron Nurse, Brandon Best, Michelle Sylvester. Of course, the Blessed Messenger and Sean Daniel. I'm seeing Reverend Nicole Balancing Holder. So I'm not sure if she's singing or bringing a word, but you need to be there. Early bird tickets for this is $200. Group rates. I mean, it's good to go to these things in a little group.
Squad. Yeah.
Have some fun. $150 after May 25th.
First.
after May 21st. After May 21st is $250.
Yeah, the logo blessed there, right? So, yo, Praise on the Water will be hype because this is a boat ride is normally have in Brooklyn, and this is the 7 edition. The promoter say you want to bring it to Trinidad and Tobago. I'm gonna tell you something. I'll mash up that boat real bad. I ain't playing with all you because you see, as a man, you know the bookings kind of dip for whatever reason, right? But it have a few people is hear from the Lord and they say, you know what? They will put JD and they will put Nisa. Well, Nisa's get more bookings than me because you know that's Nisa. But let me tell you something. The people who put me on the event, boy, I tell you, we're going to praise God, we're going to have a time. We are also on this one as well. Well, this one don't match up fine already, all right? So it's the Resurrection, Saturday, the 19th of April, 2025, Naparima Bowl, we heading down south. And the tickets are only $250, and at the door, you could pay tickets are $200, and at the door is $250. This cast, however, is a massive cast. I love the fact that they went and they get Cohen Duncan to come out, mention Elijah, names that we grew up on, and you feel like, hey, we didn't see them fellas in a real long time. You understand? They're coming out for Resurrection. Everybody else there is going to be there as well. Mark Isaac, is that Nathaniel? Yes.
Mark Isaacs.
The same thing, you know?
No, it's not. If they put Isaac on a check, he can't check it. He can't cash it. His name is Mark Isaacs with an S.
No, nobody really said that, babe.
No problem. So we have Maurice Marshall, we have Nataki, we have kind of far from me. Samantha Joseph, Nathaniel
Johnson.
You know who I love on this cast in particular? Riyadh Emmanuel. For these
Riyadh
singers, if you want to
there,
come
the
out and
singers.
hear, you know, I'm not saying anything about the other type of music, but I love when you put the singing with the other type of music as well. So the tickets for that, as JD said, are
$200, and at the door you pay $250. Reverend Angela Williams coming out by. It is going to be a scene. That's it for the business. One more thing, yo. Listen, wrong one. Bam. If you about that life, what life is that? You say, JD, we love all your real bad, and we know that this thing costs. You want to sow or you want to give us a blessing? You could do that with PayPal. PayPal is for all over the world. All right. But if you're in the tri-state area in New York, you only know you use that Cash App. Yeah, we on Cash App too. $sign JD's vlog. Thank you to everybody who just send the Cash App. I love to hear the boom, Cash App tone. And I just run to the phone and I say, thank you, Father Jesus. Bless all your in Jesus' name. All right. So, yo, that was a long one. So, ladies and gentlemen, one time. These, you have a hard bio. I could give an online hard bio.
Me too. You can go ahead. Okay.
Start.
So my hard bio for these ladies, of course, like most of us, my introduction to them would have been online. I was just scrolling and I realized these girls are in my feed all the time.
Yeah.
Now I have a weird algorithm. My content, my scrolling content, more or less always consists of sermons, music, and of course laughter. So I'm like, who are these people? Where they fit in? Because I didn't know it. When I pressed play, they were doing it started with the powder thing.
Yeah, the flour.
The flour, powder. I think it's powder.
We don't
It's
even know.
flour.
It's flour. Look at
Okay.
that.
So I telling myself, I wonder if I could ever do that because I'm looking at things,
Nah,
my
you-
wig. This is my hard bio.
Nah, you
right?
can't.
So I said, I
ain't
wonder if they
doing
could ever call me like to do that flower thing. Not me, but
You ain't
I
doing
used to listen. I didn't know the names at the time, but I was caught off guard by the infectious laughter and friendship that seemed to be evident in the group. I got to know them through the screen and with the personalities through the screen. And I remember one time, recently, I went to Burger King to purchase a burger, of course.
Yeah.
And I saw one of them, and check me now.
What you do?
I'm doing so because say, I find how this place acting like she in here. All these people inside here acting like she in here, but it won't go. That's why I say, well, let me act like she in here either. Then she comes across, and I'm like, you know me? She's like, wait, JD. And I'm like, it's so weird because I know you and I want a picture from you, but she wanted to engage with me. And I was so humbled by the fact that, you know, the world is not what it used to be. The internet literally brings the world very close. And the energy that I got from the person was so genuine, and I am an energy freak.
Right.
So I run back to the car and tell JD, hey, JD, so-and-so wasn't at Burger King and she asked for you. You know?
And I want you lie. She know you.
I said, look, she going
Yeah,
to.
yeah, man. She said, she said hi, niece. I said, she asked for me. And she was like, yeah. I said, and then I tell myself, I say, wait, boy, them know we boy. Because,
Yeah,
you
I was
know?
genuinely surprised. But, really and truly, in a world where people deal with a lot of mental issues, I know what it's like to even deal with depression. And a good dose of laughter does amazing. The Bible also says that a merry heart keepeth the heart pumping good. You understand? So I grew to love the content. I grew to love the people individually without even meeting them. And of course,
Well, let me get my heart by it, you know.
I said, of course, I'm going to end. I go walk off this Saturday. Right. So eventually, as you all would have seen, we were on their platform recently, but that is my heart bio. So they are no longer strangers. I can safely say they are sisters in the thing. And of course, we're Trinis. So of course, we related in some kind of cultural way. I love them. Do I say their names?
No, not yet. Gotta get my heart bio.
All right, so notice how he's screaming, right? So the people who normally say, how she has so much attitude, please note the person who has no attitude.
Oh, gosh.
Versus the person who's actually attitude-ish. All right, so that's my heart bio for
Right.
these people. So JD, go ahead now.
My heart bio was,
Oh my God.
of course, the flour, the dipping in the flour. And I tell when I see it once, I see it twice, when I see it once, I say at high school, but what kind of woman is this dip the face in flour? Because I know girls already, I am my face, wherever and wherever. I see it once, I see it twice. And then I say, okay, I wonder if this is a thing, because I'm a content editor, creator person. I say, they do it once, twice. I say, yeah, boy, it's team. And then I saw something with them in New York. There was on a billboard or something in New York, right? Then I say, yes, boy. Yeah, Times Square. I say, yes, boy, Trinidad. We bad. We reach. But with any other thing, I said, I wonder how long they're going on dip flour face for.
Right,
I was just at the edge of my seats to see how they transition. And they did. We don't know what's next. But let me make some noise for Cheerful Company in the building. Yes, boy. They did. Look down. All right, guys. All right. So here what? Of course, I should I really bring the camera to catch the tree, boy.
What camera?
The thing. See how it looks. That could work?
Yeah, it has to work.
All right,
That's
cool.
what
Nice.
it is.
Guys, thank you so much. Of course, if you're living under a rock, you understand? Please, ladies, introduce officially yourselves to Fry Bake and Lime podcast. Who first?
I'll go first.
All right.
Aw.
Good night. My name is Chanel, also known as Shinzipu.
Shinzi Poo.
Ooh.
Good night. My name is Keisha, also known as KP.
Nice. And of course,
My name is Avril Carrington, and I am known as Avril.
how come you didn't get
A
better
nickname.
known as here?
Nah, I just flamboyant. I don't need it.
Papa, yo.
So that laugh is real. Of course, you are synonymous. We know you for your laugh. I thought that was a fake laugh, I thought it was. Remember when you pull up the afternoon and she was laughing by the door, and I said, "Yo, she was laughing like that for real." You understand?
For real.
Because with content, you just never know.
That's true.
People sit down and say, "You know what? I'm
That's
gonna laugh, and everybody go just enjoy my laugh."
That's
you
true.
understand?
That's true.
Ladies, thank you so much for coming through. So we just liming this evening. Podcast is. Oliver, watch Fry Bake and Lime?
Yeah.
You're not just saying that because.
I see a few clips.
Okay.
Yeah.
I watching it since uni pandemic.
Oh, since the pandemic. All right. Nice.
I love your
Awesome.
glasses, Avril. Just saying.
Thank you.
Is it tested or is it what's the word? Oh God. What's the
They
word,
just
boy?
style.
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 Cosmetic. All right. Vibes.
But-
Vibes.
KP, yours
yours
are
tested?
tested. Okay. All right. Nice. All right, guys. So, of course.
Let me read some comments before we move on, right?
Yeah, like
So Malika is in the comment section. She say Avril done starts really laughing. I think the laughter was minimum. Good night, Hayden Phillips. Good night, Ocean. Ocean and Hayden are our Share the Live people. They would remind you guys to share the live ever so often. Good night to Rhea Harrison. Harry Kassoon, sorry, Tall Man, good night. Good night, Gillian Pear, Mr. Atherton, Betty Phillip, and everybody else in the live.
Yeah, good night to everybody. Oh, thank you so much. Why ain't it now one, boy? It's because I'm here, you know. So, I mean, of course, we just live in tonight and, you know, just
Relax.
relax. We see you all on the internet all the time in more or less one format, having fun, playing games, you know, but humble beginnings, like, you know, just humble beginnings. First of all, let me ask, is there a leader in the group? Like, who's the leader? Who's the one that persons will say, hey?
Well, I will look across, so I'm guessing it's one of these two people here. She literally look across. So I'm guessing it's either Shinzi or KP.
I wouldn't say we have a leader, but each one of us have.
Put the mic straight up to, yeah.
Each one of us have a role. So Keisha
Okay.
will be the one to keep us in line in terms of we have content to do, she making sure we do the content on time, things like that.
Right.
I am more the background person, editing, things like that,
Oh, you are the editor?
mostly. And Keisha. What happened?
Keisha, KP,
KP, you editor?
I am the editor, and KP helps me.
What
Right?
does that, KP? What does that mean? She lied
I have been editing
for the past.
for the whole period of the flower.
How about now?
Now I'm editing as well, but sometimes Shinzi help.
Right.
So Shinzi responds to email because she's brilliant.
Oh.
Right? She responds to email and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And Avril just bring the vibes.
You'll see. All right. So of course the flower thing, right? How y'all got into content? You say, you know what? Let me just start to do this, or was it that somebody just threw flower on somebody one day and we say we make it a joke? Whatever. How did that start?
That was actually very random. We had no idea what we was doing. And we just ended up getting viral on it. That was not planned
At all?
at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think that real work, boy. I don't know what it is about I literally thought it was powder, eh? But the flour thing making it worse. Why flour and not powder? What was the problem? But why?
Well, powder would have been more expensive.
The
I
cost.
guess.
The cost.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I swear they was going to get name a flower brand. Or they didn't get a flower brand.
No boy.
Serious?
They slip on me.
What you call the flower people? What flower?
It have ibis.
Ibis, yeah.
It have
Hibiscus.
hibiscus. I think that's it. Eh?
Yeah, people thought we'd get a deal too for fry bacon lime, you know, because we was frying bake like that every weekend. But boy, but salt, you understand? Where are you from? Originally from?
I am from Diego Martin.
I'm from Central.
I'm originally from Toko.
Toko?
Yeah.
So you still live Toko?
I live Shogunus now.
Okay.
Okay.
Good night, Sadie.
Nice. So let me get to the comment section. Say good evening to Alden. Good evening, Easy Sadie.
Ria says, yes, you got it right, Nisa. Watching from CT, the CT mean Connecticut, I do not know. USA. Vanessa Peter says, once Avril starts to laugh, it is contagious. Good night to you. Kathleen, people asking for Jacksonville. Let's hope he comes in sooner than later. Carolyn says, I started seeing KP first on social media with the what? With the hands?
The hands?
I used to go around
Yeah.
doing this.
That was you?
Yeah.
Yeah, what I say to you, the sun.
Let me do it now. Let me do it, JD.
I don't know. That was you. The love thing.
Yeah.
And she would go around.
Bro, yeah, she used to do
You
this.
gotta drop your hand, boy.
Oh my God! But
That's not looking good, eh?
It's not looking good.
but it wasn't it an officer?
I'm an officer.
Oh God. Yeah, she
I thought you was the.
She just said what is it on that?
I thought Avril was the officer.
She is
as
an
well.
officer. It's nothing
So
you know.
Shinzi, you are an officer too?
You work
Yeah,
at
I
all.
want to know. I say it's nothing you know.
I like that. Thank you very much. She said, it didn't do your work at all, boy. I like it. No, listen, my bad. So everybody on the internet was saying, all right, JD, slow history dig. But I was telling them off camera, I really started to be focused of late. You understand? Like when they started to do the Bible games. I can say that. Like when the Bible games, that was really my pull. I was like, hey, they're doing scripture games, the Bible games, whatever and whatever. And then I started to focus on the names. So everybody else, wonk for me, all right? So I did not know.
I have a question. As JD mentioned, the Bible games, your content,
Even you, JD.
all your content is, I feel like, as JD mentioned, it started off with the flower thing and the pillow, then you started to bring in people, or basically we could use the simple word evolve. You started to evolve. What I didn't know what you all were. Is there any religious strongholds? Do you subscribe to religion? Because of course when people started seeing the religious things, remember it was just laughter and whatever. I remember when all they do the gospel edition. Check me. Them no gospel.
Yeah, it was a kind of shock. Well, I don't know.
Shock.
I don't know if it's for me to say, well, I'm shocked. Next thing everybody already know. You understand? I'm playing for slips. Go ahead, Nita.
I was shocked when I started seeing the gospel content. So yeah, what's all the background? What's the background for people who don't know?
We are all believers.
And I hear Avril.
I don't know. Check it. Right. Let it go.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
Right.
So we are all believers. I don't go to church every Sunday as I used to, but I read my Bible and pray every day, as the song says.
And you will grow.
Grow. And as a group corporately, we pray in and out of season. Yes, so that is to tell you, I'm under this denomination. No. I just want to have a relationship, attend church, and not be confused or bombarded by ministry.
Right. Because, I mean, at the end of the day, too.
Because the label is really kind of...
Yeah, I mean, ministry it could take a toll on your life, and I don't hold it against anybody if they don't want to do it at a particular point in their life. You understand? Because, you understand? So, how, let me jump across here to our...
Shinzi Poo.
Well, for me, I don't have a strong religious upbringing. It was just okay. But as of late, as an adult, I have been trying to be in touch with my spirituality. Like, for my birthday, Keisha got me a Bible.
Oh.
So, you know, things happening. And with Avril, every day.
Oh my
praise.
God. Yeah.
So I really appreciate her for that. She keeps us covered.
Look at that.
Yeah.
KP?
Well, I fell off after COVID. I used to go to church every Sunday. And when COVID came and happened, I kind of fall off. So I've never started back consistently. But what I've learned over the years, I guess it stuck with me. So that spirituality, praying, and that, it's still with me. I pray. And I feel like the fact that Cheerful Company became a thing, I think that God was behind it. Everything that happened is because some of the things that we come up with is just not us. I know it had to be God. So, yeah.
Love it.
I like that. I feel like people think spirituality, like Avril was saying, she prefer to just focus on the fact that she knows she has a relationship with God and let her shine through. Because at the end of the day, too, if it's really part of you can't hide it. It's not about shoving it in people's throats, but it's about having it. I think that is important.
Yeah. All right, so it's Fry Bacon Lime, of course.
Fry Bacon
10
Lime.
past 8. So, ladies, we have our topic. It's an anonymous from
Anonymous.
Help me, babe.
Anonymous.
Right, anonymous. If you want to send in your, it may not necessarily be your situation, but it must be from somebody you know or a situation and you want to get feedback. You could get the person's permission, all right? And then we just talk about it because I believe that we all go through things and sometimes you just need to either hear your own situation from strangers or if you have to laugh, you laugh at yourself. Not ha ha kaka kiki, but you just reach a place where you say, hey, look at that. I get over that. So you could tell your story, all right? We getting ready to jump into the topic?
Yes, sir. You told them the email if you want to send your topic.
frybakeandlime@gmail.com. There we go.
JD and Nisa are not professional counselors. We give our views and opinions on real-life scenarios that people send to us.
We also encourage our audience to chime in and give their experiences. They are also not professional counselors, unless they are.
Now on to the topic.
Watch and enjoy.
Share the live. Share the live. You're watching Fry Bacon Live, the #1 podcast in Trinidad.
All right, so here's the topic for today. Dear JD and Nisa, forgiveness is the code. Okay. My wife and I have been together for 6 years, married for 4.
Forgiveness is the code?
Yes. My wife and I have been together for 6 years, married for 4. We are not perfect, so we have both done our fair share of forgiveness over the years. I guess that's why he said forgiveness is the code.
They do what?
We have done our fair share of forgiving each other over the years.
So they horn each other.
Can I finish the story, the thing? So yes, unfaithfulness did happen on both sides over the years, but I believe we are stronger for it. When she was unfaithful, though, I was so upset. That was the first time that... Okay, hold on.
This a man right then?
When she was unfaithful, I was so upset. The last time was the first time I asked for details. I was okay before, but then some of the details started getting to me. I asked her why and if she loved the person.
But what he want on details for, like how deep it went in and that kind of thing?
I don't have that information here. She said she was not in love, but the intimacy they shared was incomparable. Those were her words.
Wow.
She told me not to ask, but I don't know. I just needed to know this time, and it was eating me alive.
Should not do that, dog.
She knows that I am not having an easy time with this information, but she's normal and only says, "It's you who asks." So now this is just what our life has to be now. Is she right? What do you think?
She right for what?
I'm not finished yet. She's saying, you asked, so this is what our life has to be now. Is she right? Will I or can any man will forget and love his woman 100%, knowing that he isn't or wasn't his woman's best?
Oh, good. Yo. So what you really want to know? If she was...
So she said... So basically, if I had to sum it up, they are no strangers to being cheated on. You know, people that say every marriage or relationship just go through that whole
But she sound like she fling it more.
I don't know. That wasn't said, right? He said the last time he asked, because he wanted to know details, he asked her why, and if she loved the person. She said she was not in love, but the intimacy was incomparable.
That lie.
Right? He's not having a good time, and her response is, you ask, so now this is what our life has to be. He is asking, is she right? Will I or can any real man forget and love his life, love his woman 100%, knowing that he isn't or wasn't his woman's best?
Nah. Nah, dog. I know it's not closing, it's far from closing thoughts. But let me get to the comment section as we get in the comment section. What he gonna ask? What you gonna do in a situation? Like, would you, I mean...
Let me look to the comment section here. Catherine says, why ask if you can't handle the truth? Keisha says, JD's comments killing me. And Will says, no real man will forget. I want to safely say, do you think a real woman will forget? I hate when people do that. Like, they would say, hold on.
We've been down this road already.
But I could talk as a woman, bro. And I don't know why people just think that men would take it on more. Like, in my head, I know what it feels like. And I know what it's like to take it on. I will take it on. I wouldn't go and kill or unalive somebody or whatever. But women just take it on too.
Would you let me ask Avril? Let me bounce across Avril here. If you in a you have a man?
No, I don't.
Because I don't want to ask any question like to presume now, boy. You
Had a man.
She had a.
You had a man.
She
right?
had a.
When you were in your relationship, right? God forbid, or if you was unfaithful.
And I was.
Johnny.
Johnny, not the Johnny. You know, you just look quiet to know, but you real bacchanal.
She miserable.
Yeah. So, but in a situation like that, right? The man want to know. He say, "Why I want to know? I want to know details." Would you give him the details?
So I could talk from experience, right?
All right.
I gave details.
Oh my God.
And the only reason I would have given details is because after a while it started to kind of plague you. And then the lies. And then the lies again. And you become overwhelmed. So I say, you know what?
How much details though?
I started to get details because I wanted to come out. So I believe if I give details, you say, okay, go your way.
Oh.
But
that's
that's
diabolical. That's diabolical, you know? Yeah, you know. And he did thing that long
Jenny, oh gosh.
Check
Oh
you.
my God.
When I hold it, so.
All right, okay.
Of course, a man ain't gonna be able to get over that. So you wanted to come out that diabolical.
No, I didn't go that direction, but I just let them know.
This
is what is happening. This would have happened for this length of time. And obviously, in any relationship, man or woman, you would feel betrayed. Thinking, coming out, telling the truth, you try to reason. It's like you're living, the person just living and thinking about this thing. And every time there's a conversation or a conflict, it comes back up. So it's like you keep reliving it and you get tired of that.
Mm-hmm.
So, but tell you something, you don't say anything.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's the right thing to do.
Of course.
But to avoid the stress on both parties, yeah.
Let me read this comment from Margaret Alain Powder. She says, good evening, JD and Nisa and your guest, Cheerful Company. I admire all you guys who I have known since before you guys been content creators. April, I think she means Avril, since before school days from Bonnie.
Wow.
Bonnie.
All right. Yeah.
You went Bonnie?
No, live there.
Oh, you live Bonnie?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Andrea says, I don't think I would want to know the details. Denise says, I went through that already. It wasn't easy. It don't work. It constantly comes up all the time. Always measure myself with the person. Yeah.
Hey.
You asked for details already?
Yeah, I asked for details.
You? Big, bad man. Bad man asks for details?
Mm-hmm.
Bad man supposed to just take that.
I hear how he did shave and you know after that I start to really get on in the shaving.
Oh God.
So, yeah, I didn't know. I didn't think it was a thing. Yeah, but then when I hear that, well, I act like it didn't affect me. But then, yeah, boy. Razors, yes? You understand? KP, if you in this situation, right?
I don't feel like I'm the right person to answer.
First of all.
Have a man?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you never play him? He's play game? You never play game at all, eh?
No.
You're a private person?
If I'm a private person? Some parts of my life, yes.
You know what threatened me with KP? I don't know if she
I don't know. I just don't know. What threatened me?
Her face is so serious.
What scared me is, I don't know if the police officer part coming up. And I see the voice to license and insurance. That is what that sounds like to me. I just started to look for my license and insurance. We are playing that, you understand? But that's good because, I think a level of privacy is necessary. All you're out there, you're walking on the road, people in your business, that kind of thing. But if you were in that situation, you understand? I'm meaning, well, we cover your relationship in the blood of Jesus, you know.
Thank you.
Amen. But if you were in that situation and the man asks you for details, you're not.
I wouldn't say anything.
It's not necessary.
I taken that to my grave.
Grave?
Yeah.
You see people who would say that? I think all they could take it to all the grave.
Nah.
I have
she
seen.
looked
She
like
looked
take it to
gravish.
her
She looked
grave.
gravish.
She looked gravish.
She looked gravish.
Keith, you look gravish.
But I just think human beings have a kind of, we just think we could hold on to things and keep it secret, but we had to tell somebody, our best friend. We had to type it to we said something. People always tell somebody.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I probably will tell somebody, but not him.
Right.
Yeah.
But that's disrespectful though.
To who?
To him.
But you, and then you wouldn't want to know. If he was unfaithful to you, you don't want to know.
Yeah, I would want to know. Yeah.
But how that working out? Because
I feel like I might be unfair.
Right.
But I want to know. But
It is unfair, KP. You just
KP,
said you were insane.
That is unfair.
that was it. I'm a bit unfair.
But realistically speaking, I feel like if you're in a relationship, right? Most times the people are watching, so I try not to be too over the top to hurt anybody's feelings or anything, because at the end of the day, it's real human beings. My thing is, if I am in a relationship and something cheating happens and I have to come and tell my partner, I can't just say I cheat. Some kind of detail must come up, as in somebody, his name.
Mm-hmm.
His name?
Yeah.
Well, because you're
Nisa calling names.
But I'm not calling names like Bacchanal. I go telling you what happened.
That
no.
is still
And that will create Bacchanal.
Yeah. And you want to know why, you get to your comment there,
Well,
Shannon.
probably
You want to know why Christian women shouldn't be in that?
Shouldn't be in what?
Unfaithfulness, I think. Because they just want to confess at some point.
JD, you sickening.
Some point they go in and say, I get convicted and I want to go and tell the woman. I want to go and tell the man. And then just,
Your statement has, it's very
sometimes
stupid.
you have to leave things between you and the Lord and you see a forgetfulness.
I agree.
Yeah.
I'm agreeing. But I find it shouldn't be under the context of there's a difference in owning up to your mistakes and saying, oh my God, this happened, a thing, whatever.
Nah, don't call nobody name because watch me.
And you're
next
really
thing
working it out.
next
with
thing
God.
a man trip out and about, oh, it's so and so, and then he go and thing and you understand that all crime. Well, we're gonna know about crime, man. That's all crime is just not done. You're saying things that is unnecessary and people think they could handle things. You understand? Shouldn't see.
Thank you, Ocean. Nobody should be in that. It's not a matter of Christian people or not.
Yeah, nobody. Thank you, Ocean. My apologies. All right. Sharon says, too wrong don't make a right. All right. They need counseling and Jesus. After that, if it is still going on, end it. Adultery is adultery, and it is sin. All right. And it can end badly. It can end badly. Thank you very much.
If you can't stand the heat, etc., etc. Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So all you're saying,
Shouldn't say.
not anyway.
Put the microphone close now.
If my partner wants to know,
You have a partner?
yes, I do.
Uh-huh.
I will let them know if they want to. If not, okay.
So, but like details?
Yes.
Where, when, how long, how much
Yeah.
wrongs and thing?
Yeah, if they want to know.
You think
It's how my mouth opens. I got in the camera wasn't on me because
you think your partner will be able to live through that, forgive you, and
that's the thing.
But it's they ask.
And I like how she said, because you see, if they ask and you telling the person, listen, let me leave that alone. The more times you tell them, leave it alone, I feel like it will bother them more. And it's the more they will want to know what they want to know.
And sometimes when you don't say something, they create a whole story in their head. So better tell
I like
you
that. I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
exactly what happened.
yeah, they could create a whole story in their head, you understand? And men have a kind of way.
Yeah.
Oh, So you spin you wrong and all kind of thing. You have to say.
So you think I not thinking? So you thinking I not thinking that you spin her around?
I fed up tell
I don't
you
get it.
that
I am thinking where your hands went, what your
remember
brain
what the
thought,
Bible
what
say.
your eyes seeing,
Remember
how
what
you're
the Bible
feeling.
say.
I am thinking all those things. Why do you think
Remember-
that women are not enhanced in their feelings and mental?
Because you all were made to have one man and the original plan was to have several women. You understand? Guy waiting.
Watch me.
It's in your DNA.
JD, don't get me. Watch me. I will walk off because you're talking, shipping this now.
It's in your DNA.
JD, what you said there was horribly.
Well, we thank God for Jesus.
Watch
you understand?
Me.
But watch me. That is before grace.
Don't touch me.
Listen.
That's what you. But we were built for it. And what you're built to do? Have no brought up, see, no decorum.
That is ego.
What stupidness are you in here?
Where's ego?
The way
You said that out loud?
Wow.
Bro.
The way I get it on?
Bro.
I just trying to show you the
Jenny,
original plan. No, I'm not talking about Adam and Eve.
So, what are you talking about then?
I'm talking about with what he named had 400
JD,
wives and things.
Listen, somebody else comment. Say something, Say something.
Not me, eh?
Say something.
Anyway, comment section. Hey, we had to go to a break. Oh, good. We missed the whole first break.
Let's go to the break.
All right, so let's do some reads. So normally at 1:15 we do reads, and then at the bottom of this hour we will do the ads. So that means we have to do 2 of them. All right, so we have a bunch.
We're created for that.
We have a bunch. We have a couple of reads that we get through the reads. All right, quickly. This hour, right, is sponsored by Little Caesars. Of course, they have the 2-in-1 pizzas, $110. If you're now joining us, go and check out Little Caesars. I bet you, I'm telling you, I'm sure about that. You can't get 2 pizzas for $110. You have the pepperoni and you have the cheese. This hour is also sponsored by Nisa in Concert, Aurora. That is happening May the 24th, 2025 at the Central Bank Auditorium. The ticket's not out yet, but person say, boy, ticket's nothing. JD, keep one for me. And that is what's going on right now. And, I could commit to take the names if you want to. So inbox me and I'll put you down on the list. It's also sponsored by, this is the 2-hour segment. This hour and the next hour. It's also sponsored by Xanadu, right? Xanadu Tropical Resort. It's Nisa and myself. We just found this place and we find it to be, close to where we are. It's 5 minutes away from the Ruka, heading to Lupino. You just bear right and it's about 5 minutes drive. And nice little getaway. Day pass and thing. You could run with your family. You could either bring your food and your drinks, or they have a catering system where you could order food as well. All right, we get ready to lock off the first hour, and the first hour was sponsored by Gospel on the Greens. The Awakening, it's happening tomorrow. Go down at the Wasser Grounds, and you could get your tickets there. But I want to advise you go a little early. Probably wake up tomorrow around 12 o'clock and go and get a ticket. Don't wait to go by the door because it's Wasser Grounds. So that could hold about 20, 15, 10,000 people.
I don't know, I can't average very well.
You have to do. Try your luck, all right? Go down, $200 for the ticket. I believe by the door you might pay more. You could go and check them out. A whole host of artists are going to be there. Jaron, Blessed, Mark Isaac, Bishop, Terrence, and look at the cast. If you see your favorite gospel artist, Gaze Praise, you are going to have a time down there. Hold on, man. Last read. Of course, you can't forget the resurrection. No, this is not the second last read. You can't forget the resurrection. Saturday, it's happening the 19th of April. So San Fernando, is your turn now. You hear us say? Your turn. We headed down there to the Naparima Bowl. The 19th, and it's 6 p.m. Nice, school in the evening. We're going on there. Nisa, myself. Nisa is going to be there. She'll probably sing her heart out. I am going to have an absolute awesome time alongside Isaac, Mark Isaacs.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Cohen Duncan, Nataki Lando. She coming out probably with her band as well. Samantha Johnson, the pulling out mention, Jaron, Cohen Duncan, Nathaniel, Reverend Angela Williams, Elijah, and so much more. Hold on, one more. We can't forget this one here, and it's for the boat ride. If you've never been to a gospel boat ride, let me tell you now. Boat this be rocking. This one is on the Harbor Master, and it's Praise on Water 2K25. It's normally a New York thing they just have on Pier 80.
Not 82, I think I hear say
one of them pairs. But hey, they say, yo, Trinidad, we just always ram out the boat in New York. So the promoter says, I'm coming home, and he's having his 7th edition in Trinidad and Tobago on the Harbour Master. Jazzy, who else? Michelle, Blessed, Nigella, myself, Nisa, and Reverend Nicole Balo-Singhola, Reverend Nicole Balo-Singhola, Sean Daniel. We are going to rock the boat, and I going and put on my life jacket as a suit. You understand? A little play with me. It's concert season. We be back.
But yeah, before you say that, of course, I was going to say we are at the bottom of the hour. We just do that when we're on radio. So we are at the bottom of the hour. Of course, when we come back, we are chatting with Cheerful Company. If you have any questions for them, you could send it in. I don't know if they're already opening the lines. I know I already saw a voice note from Ocean. We'll get that in when we come back. We'll lime in Cheerful Company, KP, Shinzi Poo, and Avril. We'll be back.
We'll be back.
Pizza. Pizza.
Come with us to Xanadu Tropical Resort, located in Lopino, Trinidad, at the foothill of the Northern Range. This resort is quite different. It's indeed a secret hideaway. Imagine there's a bird zoo with different tropical birds. First thing we did was check out the pool. Thumbs up. Nice covered rustic bar with lots of space to have a line. Hammock? Check. Food? Check. You could bring your own or order with their caterers. Xanadu offers day passes, or if you want to spend a night, there are 13 comfortable rooms with air condition, of course, and bars to choose from. Oh, and before we go, look at this view at night.
One Light Promotions presents Gospel on the Greens, The Awakening, Sunday, April 6, 5 p.m. at the Greens at Farm Road, Wassa Ground, St. Joseph, featuring Jaron Nurse, Blessed Messenger, Mark Isaac, Terrence Baines, Chantel Lindsay, Sterling Roberts, Darren Charles, Renee Fortune, worship by Gates Praise, and other surprise ministers. Early bird tickets available at $150. General tickets $200. Tickets available at Island E-Tickets, Shoutouts, and Living Legacy Pharmacy in Arima. One Light Promotions presents
Caribbean Musicians and Artists Conference presents The Resurrection, Saturday, 19th April 2025, 6 p.m. at the Naparima Bowl Amphitheater, featuring Jaron Nurse, Sir Marshall, Cohen Duncan, Reverend Angela Williams, Nataki Lendor, Nathaniel, Keron Elisha Duncan, Mark Isaacs, Nisa and JD, Mention, Samantha Johnson, Quinton Nichols, Riyad Emmanuel, and Gerard Placid. Tickets only $200. Don't miss our early bird 2-on-1 ticket specials. For more information, call 720-1805 or 328-7785.
Share the live. Share the live. You're watching Fry Bacon Live, the #1 podcast in Trinidad.
Bam, bam, boom, bam. We back? Everybody on? Let me see. Mic check. Yes. Nice. All right. So, of course, that was the first hour, and we have all the sponsors. Thank you for the first hour. The second hour is sponsored by Little Caesars, Aurora, Xanadu, and Xanadu Hotels. Right? Yeah, those three. Thank you so much, guys. Sponsors, all just blessing me up. All look at Fix Up on it, you know. Yeah, thank you to Little Caesars. Little Caesars are sponsored our guest this evening. You understand? The new deep dish. The new deep dish pizza. Looking real good. We could deal with it in a little bit. You understand? What the comment saying?
All right. Somebody was saying, JD's vlog, be careful, is you and 4 women and handcuffs could be present.
Let me let me mute this mic for a little bit there.
Make sure I mute all, your
I'm
mouth
muting good.
easy.
Hold on. What? We are back. Comment section.
Ocean, you sent me a voice note and I want to know if you want me to play it, all right? So you would let me know.
Yeah, you could send your voice notes to all. If you want to send a voice note, 724-4249. Same number to call, all right? Kathleen?
She says, I would never want to know, not my business. They're not using any of my body parts. As a matter of fact...
Wait, what? What did she say about body parts, eh?
You're not listening?
Go ahead.
She says, I would never want to know. It's not my business. They are not using any of my body parts. As a matter of fact, I think I am the best, so I don't care. I never get horn, but I never horn, but I get horn. Was told by other people about it, but I never believed until he confessed. I lived that life too. Long story short, I forgave him because I loved him. We were in our 10th year of marriage when it happened, and we were married for 26 years. Oh my gosh, 26 years until he died last year. Condolences. JD, did you hear anything that I read?
Yes, condolences.
Normally, when you're here, I know you just react, so you didn't react to anything.
I let me be honest, I missed part of it.
You can't multitask, I know that.
I missed part of it.
You ask me what she say, I read it over, you're texting.
Let me hear it.
But look it in front of your face there.
Read for me there, babe. Give me it again. So somebody now coming in live and they ain't here.
I would never want to know.
Mm-hmm.
It's not my business. They are not using any of my body parts. As a matter of fact, I think I am the best, so I don't care. I never horn.
Wait.
You see? So I just know when he not here versus when he here.
That's how you get on Kathleen?
So she says, I never got horn, but I got horn. I was told by other people about it, but I never believed until he confessed. Long story short, I forgave him because I loved him. We were in our 10th year of marriage when it happened, and we were married for 26 years until he died last year.
All right, well, condolences. And I'm going to drop a bomb for you knowing he's the best.
Good night to Rhonda Love over there on YouTube.
How women just know they's the best? I mean, or even a person.
She said in her head, that's how she view her life. She don't want to know, in her mind,
you think
in her world.
You never study like if you're the best?
For who? For you?
Yeah.
I know you lived a very chartered life before me.
What do you mean chartered? Like a plane? What do you mean?
You had a very active life before me.
So you never study if you was the best of me?
I am getting to that. I think you lived a very chartered life before me, and because you just normally say I boring and this and that and the other. So most times,
when I say you
can I
boring,
be allowed to finish
like...
and answer your question? So I actually think that based on how you say I am probably boring. And I is not too caring. I like to sleep in the night. You ever see them thing on TikTok when somebody lying down and then they remember something and they fly up? Or something? Me ain't going through that. The only thing I compete with is if I actually run in a race. Other than that, I'm not competing with no past and no present.
Yeah,
so, because if somebody used to flip and whatever, and I'm not competing with them things.
You see, because most women don't really think about that, but as a man,
why do you think we don't think about it?
Men don't think about women don't think about the best. Men they study if they have if the last man you was with, if he penis longer, bigger, that kind of thing. Now.
And that shows me that you all are very small-minded. If that's so at the top of your list, at the top of your top, at the top of the top, at the top of the top of your list, that is the top of your list?
Women, no.
Women,
all of the study,
women,
all of the study if all your vagina bigger or deeper, all of them study them things.
Could you use words like a private, you understand?
No, well, that's the correct word. If I did say something like a street word, then I'll be out of order. All right, like a private. How that songing? You all right? You women, they study if your private's bigger than the other woman, or they don't study that.
I have a comment here for Shinzi. I see Shinzi almost every day. I just feel so shy to say hello. She probably see me look at her a couple times and probably wondering why this woman watching me. So she's saying hello. Her name is Rhonda.
Rhonda who?
Hi, Rhonda. Please say hi next time.
She said, say hi next time, Rhonda.
Do you all get, when you go out to the malls or your various places, people stopping you every minute for pictures and that kind of thing?
Absolutely. Yes, every day.
Wait, what's the question?
If they just get bombarded, like people every day, hey, pictures, this, that, right through.
All you ever say no to take to, because you know that was trending the other day, right?
Avril said no one time.
I really blanked somebody up, put your skin up your face.
It was so funny, but...
Why you say no though?
So we attended a cricket match. And you know, when you reach cricket for TKR, the crowd, the mammoth crowd, and the energy. Well, for me, I tend to pour out real energy.
Yeah.
By the time we were leaving there, let's say we got there 4 o'clock, we were leaving there about 11:30 in the night. And during the game, persons were getting pictures. They were just coming.
So you didn't really get to enjoy the game then?
You enjoying what you could have enjoyed, but you know, people come in, say entertaining. At the end of the day, I mean, they follow, they support. Getting into the vehicle 11:30, somebody's coming and holding on to the car door. Hey, can I get a picture, please? Nah, that was my response, right?
You say nah, just like that?
Yeah, I was tired.
But you say it like that, girl?
Yeah, I said nah.
Oh, God.
Well, I didn't want to tell you what KP say or do.
Yeah. She has upset.
You cannot do that. You
can't do that.
I don't care how tired you are. You cannot do that. But when I got in the car, I kind of lied. I said, no. She said, what the person asked? I said something. She said, no, the person asked you for a picture. Because I know Kisha was coming at me. I said, nah, girl. I'm tired.
You can't do that. I have never, ever in 25 years blanked anybody for a picture. And well, thank God they have pictures now. Because back in the day, it was autograph. Oh, God. Hey, I thank God the days of autograph done. You know it is to go in our school. You all do schools.
Yeah.
Right? You can imagine going in our school.
Wow.
And having to sit on a table and have 500 little children line up around the building. Yeah, your hands start to hurt, you know. So them days are done. But
I like that you brought up the school. When you all do schools, like, do you all see yourselves as role models? Most people don't wake up and say, I want to be a role model. Most people, or some people, they just get thrown into positions they never, like, yo, I never asked for this. Do you all see yourself as role models?
I say that all the time. I be like, people want us to come and talk to students, and I'm like,
and say what?
Me? Talk to students, lecture students. That's not. I don't think that's my calling, but I do like to work with. I do like to go in schools, and I know based on the content that we put out, people look at us as role models. But I don't think we are. We are just some chill girls doing content, having fun with it.
How you deal with the publicity in public and online? Do you all get negative? Because we just get a bunch of negative comments. People are that. If you do get that,
not a lot anymore.
Well, yeah,
Seasons.
We do. I mean, we
block. Always block and delete.
We block people. Yeah, a lot. 100 a day.
What?
Yeah, a lot.
Oh, you all are the blocking type?
Yes, because we're not going to respond or we're not going to give it energy, so we block and move on.
Nothing never in the street though?
No.
Yeah.
You know, in recent time, I don't know if you all could recall, someone asked why those big women don't go and cook something. What the person say?
Someone said we kind of too grown to be doing this nonsense on TikTok. We need to start making our family, having our family.
Yeah.
Yeah, people weird.
Though sometimes when those comments come, I just laugh. Not in comment, but just laugh like, that's how some people think, right? Okay.
The latest one I get is that I big and ugly.
You get that? And look, somebody now saying you so warm and sweet. Like they're saying, Shines. Shins, so I'm warm and sweet. I went straight in for a hug, Papayo, and I got it in the balloon store in the street.
Yes, I remember that.
She said, yes, I remember
No,
that.
you see that comment there about why Oledo go and, what do you say? Start a family. And that's another, we had a viral moment in Trinidad and Tobago, and I think it reached outside as well, where another former friend, content creator would have made a, you remember when Anil made his statement and the whole people, all of a sudden, the top women come out. Yeah. And I'm like, where do people, the world evolves all the time. And I don't think women should be made to feel bad for having the opportunity to create the lives for themselves that they want. So you all have career paths. I think, Chins, you have a daughter.
Yes, I do.
So what? JD was saying we built for that. So we just supposed to make children, cook food, clean the house, and do laundry? Yeah. And if you're not doing that, because you're older than 40, you're wasting your life?
Yeah, basically.
Well, JD, how old are you, JD? Well, you are almost 50. You think you...
Almost 50?
Okay, I didn't know you were ashamed to tell your age.
No, I'm not ashamed, but...
But you're...
What is almost... I don't like that. That's something bad.
You see? I don't get what the big deal is.
No, it just so bad.
To grow older is a privilege and young people dying. All I'm asking because of the conversation where we are now, like, not because you're older, it means that you're just supposed to wither and die into a role that society wants you to play.
Nah, because, listen, the Caribbean like to hold you to a particular not responsibility. They like to keep you in a particular mold the older you get. You understand? You see how they quick they tell you, oh, you ain't too old for that? I don't know where the hell that has come from. Yeah. But they like to tell you that, right? So if you want to dress, no, I'm not talking about out of time in dress code, because if you're half naked and you're hitting all your 60s, no, but first of all, nobody want to see you.
You don't know what people want to see, actually.
We don't want to see we don't want to see nobody half naked, period. All right? Hallelujah. Amen. In the name of Jesus, I don't want to see any naked women. The only naked woman I want to see
is... Anyway, okay. So, bless the Lord.
But what I'm saying is this, that especially, I think, in the Caribbean, the older you get, they think you're supposed to just go and sit down in a corner. You understand? From the time you're here, you're close to your 50 or your 60s, what are you still doing that for? You want to go out and, if you dancing, if you go out, no matter where, it could be a gospel concert or wherever, a party, all inclusive, and you see somebody in the little old and they dancing, what's going on with you? It's a kind of weird shade. You understand?
Oh, wait, to play Ocean voice note, please.
Where's she, over here?
I sent it to your phone, yeah.
Okay, cool.
What are your hobbies, Avril, then Shinzi?
Yeah, what do you do when you're...
I love to cook. I love to laugh. Yeah. I love to compliment people too, you know. I don't know if you put that as a hobby, but...
Keep you say it's not. It's not.
But cooking, number one.
Okay.
Like you're bad, it tastes good, or it just... You know, some people just like to do it, but they don't taste good?
You know, you could real cook. You put a stone in my kitchen, cooking that too.
Cook stone? Cook stone? Hobbies?
All right, for me, I love to read. I love to read.
So you just sit down and read a book?
Yeah.
You're boring, boy.
Read.
Not boring.
I am boring. I like the outdoors. I like hiking and stuff like that.
Same for me. I like a lot of hiking, and I love spending time by myself. Love.
Where haven't that to love? Like,
I guess that's how I recharge.
Okay.
Yeah.
Spending time by yourself. I mean, I don't love it, but I don't understand. I can't relate to this state. Nisa can relate to it. Like, Nisa is pretty much like keepy, like Shins.
Yeah, I think quiet time is important. You get to explore and express yourself in ways where you don't need a crowd to validate you being comfortable and just enjoying a day or whatever. Nothing is wrong with us. This called we boring girl.
Yeah.
But boring girl don't get shoot and thing. We go just be home, you understand?
It's true.
All right, praise the Lord.
Lois from New York. Lois, what's up? Good to see you. I feel like we ain't talk for the year. She says, me too, Avril. I always complimenting people. I ask myself, what's that about? Why? Yeah, I think it's a nice habit, giving persons compliments, you know.
Avril, do you take compliments?
Yes, but the thing about it is when compliments come, I don't usually, like, you know, if Keisha or Shinzi say, you looking nice, I'll say, I know.
Yeah, that's not a...
Hold on.
Yeah, that's not a good... Yeah, that's not a good way to reply.
I don't really say thanks. I don't really say thanks.
Don't say thanks.
Oh, she
don't say thanks.
She don't? No? Yeah, that's pretty... That's out there.
A kind of cocky kind of thing now, like
yeah,
confident now, like
And even if you tell Avril, if Avril put on a black lipstick, blue, and it was like, Avril, it's not looking good.
Yeah.
She said, I like it, and she went on with it. That's how she is.
That is confidence.
Yeah. Who's favorite person? All right, let me break it down in a scenario. All right, so check this out. Hey, boy, I just win one ticket, you understand, to go shopping spree. All right, to go on a shopping spree and buy anything I want for the day, but you have to take one person. Avril, who you take?
I take in Keisha.
Keisha, who you taking?
It depends. It depends.
She just listened to it.
Let me break it down for you again.
I know, I heard the breakdown, but it depends.
Who? Pick one out of two of them. Who you?
It depends on what it is.
Shopping for the whole day, you could go and buy whatever you want. Money like that. And they say you could take one person from one person out of Cheerful Company. Who you would take?
I don't like that question.
It could happen, you know.
You wouldn't hurt my feelings, sir, by taking you.
I know.
Oh God, hold on, I laugh. I'm outside laugh.
No, because Avril tends to make me feel tired.
In what way? Like, I mean...
She's a lot. She's active, she noisy.
I know what I mean. She like a jail.
Probably.
So when I'm finished with Avril, I'm exhausted.
Oh my.
And Shinzi make me Shinzi kind of get me out of my comfort zone when I have to talk more because she's so quiet. So I now have to step up.
Had a lead.
Yeah.
Kind of.
So it really depends.
It depends on what your mood
on
today.
Mood.
So I don't know if I want to feel tired or if I want to lead.
That's a good question, Jay. I mean, a good answer.
Yeah, that's a good answer. Shin Zipu.
Keisha. I would choose Keisha. Because we more alike.
Okay,
you know?
okay.
Yeah.
Avril, nobody clicking your girl.
Keisha would choose Avril. I don't know why she didn't say it.
Listen, I love the fact that you could just sense the trio. You're all different, but yet very, very much on the same energy, the same love, the same wavelength. Yeah. What is your favorite game you played thus far since you start playing games? Your favorite game?
I will give my favorite after.
Yeah. I know I play about, I don't even know, you can't count obviously, but.
I think I like when we use the filters and like an artist comes up.
Oh.
And it doesn't matter what category.
Yeah.
Right.
General music or whatever. And I had to guess the artist because most of the time I don't know the artist.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I might know a song. So sometimes artists come and I just sing a song because I match to the person's face.
Right.
You know? I think I like that because I love music.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I love music.
Yeah. Favorite game, Kippy?
One that we played recently, Don't Touch the Color, I say.
Yeah.
Hey, that was
Listen,
crazy.
you make my chest get wet.
Lisa was
That
dying.
game,
Watch me.
that game beat me.
Yo, your facial expression,
That
Kippy.
game,
Your facial expression was everything. She looked
my
like
favorite so far. Favorite.
bad.
For me, it's the same as Avril, the one with the filters and the artist coming up.
Yeah.
My
I
favorite,
love that
my
one.
favorite, but I have a few favorites. To me, no matter how much time we see the flower, I love that. I like word games. So you see this news, the stuff you all started doing now, the Bible, and it's not because it's the Bible, but I like those sorts of quizzes. I like the unscramble the words and that kind of thing. But all year, do any of you all get sick regularly? I ask that for a reason.
No.
You think it has anything to do with the fact that you all are cheerful company?
Wow.
So KP said something before that I think lines up with what my question is. A merry heart does your body good. Now, it don't mean that life is stressful because there are children in the mix. People have rent to pay, food. You have to find money to buy food to cook. You know, you don't want to end up on the streets. So I firmly believe, and I started paying a lot of attention to my health recently. And when you get angry or frustrated, take stock of your body and see how your body does feel. From headaches to, like for me, immediately, my stomach, my legs, my back, the sides here, like my whole body starts to hurt. And I just tell myself, this is what stress does to the body, as opposed to what laughter does. So when I ask if, you know, you always get sick regularly and stuff, I know you all make people laugh, but you all also laugh as well.
Yes.
So I actually think that that's a blessing in disguise. Not saying, don't kill me in the comment section. Not saying that, you know, you will never fall ill, but I do believe that what you all are doing in terms of that cheer, because you ought to find the content every minute, and then do it genuinely. I think that's one of the reasons you're well.
Yeah, because you shall have what you say now, and you speak. The name speaks it into the lives. What is it, Saul? This our friend. How you pronounce her name again?
Saul Hawali.
Yeah, that's her name. She says, good evening, and he said, JD and Cheerful Company. Don't know if I missed it, but how did you three ladies become friends? Now my best friend and my girlfriend.
I keep losing the comments, boy.
How you all became friends?
Right. So I would have met Keisha would have met me in 2012 through our career.
Right.
I became her supervisor and I forced my way in being her friend. I didn't just want to be a supervisor.
You forced your way.
Yeah, because something about Keisha, I don't know. I just loved Keisha. I think she was straightforward. Sometimes she try to trick me. She go for lunch, an hour pass, an hour and a half pass. And she said, yeah, I was right downstairs, but this time she in Port of Spain. But I found she was tricky too. So I like that, you know, I was curious. And then she was opposite to me, she was introverted. So I don't know, introverts, right? I tend to be attracted to introverts because...
She's the craziest introvert. I know introverts. She's not...
Yeah, I think she's doing quite well.
If anybody had to be an introvert, might be Shinzi over there. But
yeah, but we would have met in 2012, and that was it till now.
Nice. Yeah, there goes your question. All right, so it's 9 o'clock. If you're now joining us, of course, Cheerful Company is with us. The topic for this evening, Nisa, you want to paraphrase?
I will paraphrase because I don't want to move from this thing. I keep losing all my comments. Want to say good evening to everyone in the live. Good evening to Lion Child. He's saying, are we having random singing tonight? I don't know yet. Good evening to Marlon Samuel.
Remember, it's random.
Right. Good evening to Spice Girl, Hannah Garcia, and Ajumu. I can't pronounce your last name, but good night to you guys. Of course, as JD said, we linemen with Cheerful Company tonight, just getting to know
the
them.
girls,
you know,
the good ladies.
We know one side of them for the most part. You know, they make us laugh, but I don't know how many of us have really taken the time to peer into who they are. And then, of course, where would you have done that? So we're glad that they took the invitation to be here. Somebody's asking if we don't have any calls, if we're doing calls. Do you want to call to talk to Cheerful Company, or is it about the topic? So let me know. All right, so to summarize or recap the topic for tonight, a married couple.
Thank you, Hayden. Let me check.
A married couple, of course, you know, as we say in Trinidad, everybody does get horned. So this particular relationship did go through moments of infidelity. The last time the wife was unfaithful, the husband asked for details. Now he's in a quandary because he basically can't sleep because the details now that he has after asking for it, I think he asked if his wife was in love with the person or if basically, okay, so she was not in love with the person, but she told him that the intimacy that she had with the person was
the
much
best
better.
in the world. She got lay out, spread out, mash out, dish out. She say, what's the word she used? A big word. What?
Incomparable.
Listen. Oh, God.
Incomparable.
Bro. Dan. Incomparable. You know, that means.
That's crazy.
That is insane. You know what our man movie do, she dog?
No, it doesn't have to be that he did her anything except connect. Because I want you all to understand, hold on. This is what,
more than that.
Listen to what this is why people don't learn anything. Well, let's say men and women different, right? And you know women are emotional. I know for a fact, and I've tried to tell JD over the years, that, you know, some people just think, oh, dang, that man have money, you're interested in that. I'm not saying that there are not women who may not be drawn to that. But as a woman, I have more been motivated by connection. And if I connected to you, bro, it don't have to be what you think it is.
Let me take it.
We have a call.
Yeah, Jacksonville.
The connection, but hey, JD, Nisa, good night.
Jackson.
Yeah, again, a little echo. Is in
Boy, I did humble, tired like hell, but you know how it goes. I still had to get up and get a little piece of the breakfast. Give me the breakfast, shoot. Piece of the Friday. I tell you, I'm tired.
Yeah, that's that time of the is work mode. Jax,
yeah, boy.
You want to know? God forbid that your lady unfaithful. You want to know how it was?
I want to know, but I don't care if we mash record. That will happen with my first marriage. I wanted to know, and then I couldn't sleep after that. Like,
Serious, bro?
No, sir. No,
so,
sir.
but why you ask though? Why you ask if you feel you feel like an handle it?
Listen. Everybody who go through horn, whether male or female, we just ask about the next body. We do. But the sad part about it, with the wife telling the husband about in comparison, you know what has caused that, baby? No, you know what has caused that?
Big. Go ahead.
Hear what? Hear what has caused that?
Yeah, what?
There's things that you try to do with your wife home, and for some reason, like in her mind, she just say, you know what? If I do that with him, he might feel I was a real baddest. Yeah. So she refusing you.
Yes, sir.
But you see, when she... But it's true. Lisa, it's true. Listen, there's things you will ask your wife, Leola, try. And she would not do it because she don't want you to look at her different.
Like she's a hoe.
But when she go out with that, side hustle, man, she tearing it open. And then now, she want to tell you about in comparison. If you don't give me a chance, you know, she even want you go. Listen, let me use it in a respectful way. If that wife is telling you straight that no, you're not going up the dirt road, but you go out by the boy, you go out by the outside boy there, and let him ride that friggin' 800 wheeler straight up.
Wait, you know dirt road kind of guy,
you know what dirt road mean, I know.
He means the dirt road.
I don't know what he means.
Anyhow, like I say, it's all kind of experience that you and her want to try out, but she will tell you no. That's what she will back out from plenty stuff.
You talk the truth.
Because again, she don't want you look down on her she don't want you look down on her in no kind of funny way. They just like your JD, you just say it sometime on some of the shows where it's a women who so how should you do it? I don't want to use the bad word, but they don't want you eat. They don't want you eat at all. Nah.
Mm-hmm.
But they learn outside boy eat.
Church, yeah, that's why half of the church mashing up the marriages, mashing up.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
The churches.
You understand?
When you're done, talk ahead.
Because and that was one of the things too. When I asked my ex about the difference with when she tell me that man eat till she was tired inside. I said Jesus Christ, JD, I couldn't sleep. JD, for months, I just watching that woman on that bed sleeping, boy, and I feel like my soul gone.
Bang.
I seen the myself, you know what?
Boss, what you want
bad
to
boy,
do
bad boy, JD, bad boy just eat it. But bad boy don't have that kind of talent to make nobody feel tired inside, boy, no, sir.
Lord Father.
Anyhow, I gone.
Yes,
Anyhow, I hear and I watching, okay? I hear and I watching.
Yes, you have a good night.
No, listen, man say,
hold on.
She said that she's sleeping.
Can I respond? Can I respond to that?
That means you get fed up.
Can I respond to that? One of the worst things to do in life is to generalize something. I understand. Generalization is really the thief of peace. Right? You know, we just say all man bad. I used to say that every single day. I still have I still kind of really there. But out of respect for my marriage and stuff, I try to think differently. And everybody's relationship is so different. I cannot say, okay, so my husband asked me to do something. And I ain't doing it because I don't want him to look at me this way, but then I'll do it with somebody. The way that he said it, I cannot relate to that. I can't relate to that. So that's his experience, no problem. But I can't relate to that.
But on all.
And hear you, that's true.
No.
Who you ask for?
Let me say. But on all seriousness,
mm-hmm.
he has spoken a level of truth where married couples, right? Women, and I could only speak from in the church because we're in the church, and I could only draw from from hearing situations, right? Women, because of religion, most times tend to do the least. You understand? Mm-hmm. And then outside of that, women who are not under the restraints or the barriers of what they might think is conviction, right? This do the most. No, I'm not condoning any of it to say that this is a reason to step out or anything. But what I'm saying is...
Because...
Hold on, man.
I want to say, you're talking slow.
But what I'm saying is... that women should listen to their husbands and try to meet them where they are. That's a responsibility as a wife.
Good night, Friday Online Podcast. So all you want women to listen to you all want us to give you all what you want. But you all don't even listen to us about what we see. You all don't want to take advice. You all don't want to take caution or nothing.
No, the church not having them conversation.
Listen
all right, look, one or two people don't say in the comment section, hear them. This is getting a little bit too much, which I respect and understand. But that's the kind of conversation we need to have in the church.
Too much,
but when we talk about oral sex and eating and things, we don't talk about them things. And then in marriage, watch me, and next thing too.
But that's a caller and that's his experience, so that had nothing to do with me.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is, you understand? We have a kind of baby churn mentality in the church that we can't, no disrespect. I'm going to say WhatsApp a person who make the comment.
But listen to what I'm stating, though. I am not saying that women shouldn't listen. I'm just saying we need to be more cohesively fair in relationships, right? Because apparently everything to a man is sex. But when it comes JD do, of course not me.
No, but it's very important in a relationship.
I am not saying no. I never disputed that. I'm simply saying.
You know,
Ole doesn't want to even listen.
There's a narrative that in the church that if your husband, well, if you did this count how much sex you're supposed to have a week, and if you do it too much times, is that spiritual lust?
Jerry, what church are you talking about?
Excuse me?
What church are you talking about?
Ole been around. Ole never,
I have never
hear
heard
that in
that.
church?
I've never heard that. So what are you talking about? You have heard that. That's your experience. That don't make it law.
It's not law, but I'm telling you that that is a narrative that they say, hey, you have to watch that. That's a spiritual lust. Or they can't be having too much sex. I'm telling you. So you come out from the world having a whole heap of sex, and when you reach in your marriage in the faith now, it's almost like they're telling you, hey, you have to kind of take it down. And then they'll say, that is, what you call it? Idolizing. All kind of thing that they tell you. All kind of thing. You feel me, you know? I know, remember? Oh. Take this call. Yeah, deal with it. Hey, good evening, Rhonda.
Good night.
Good night. How you doing?
I'm good. You see that topic as saying away, as saying far. I just called to say good night to you guys. I called to say good night to Avril, KP, and Shinzi. Oh God, all you. I love all
Good night.
Good night.
You all keep doing it. You all keep it up. Listen to me. I look forward to it every single day. You all just make my day. I just called to say that.
Thank you. I appreciate you.
Hold on there. Hold on there. We're going.
She says she doesn't want to comment on this topic.
You listen, man? God forbid, right?
Oh, Lord.
You hear me?
Hello.
You hear me? Rhonda, you hear me?
No, she there. She there.
Yes.
God forbid that you end up in a wingworm. And your Mr., my brethren, he want to know. You're telling him details?
Listen, I believe men, I think is a pride thing for men. I was staying away from this topic, you know, JD.
No,
but anyway, I think it's a pride thing with men where men want to know, like, where they fall short and what is the reason why you needed to step out.
Right. Would you?
You know, so I believe in truth, and if he wants to know, well, you at your own risk.
All right, so you'll tell him everything?
Well, that is what the wife in this thing was saying.
Yeah.
She said, you asked. I told you.
Yeah.
And now you can't sleep, and I don't know what to say. Because you put me in this
Well,
position.
that is it.
I told you, and now you can't sleep. And now you're asking what to do.
All right. Thank you.
Well, that is it. And I mean, if you want after the details, you know, if you want that we work it out, well, let's do what we need to do to work it out from there on out.
All right, I feel you. I appreciate it.
Thanks,
All
Rhonda.
right.
Later. That's Rhonda. But here we're going on now.
Somebody say Keisha playing it safe.
Hold on.
Let's get ready to
In the classroom.
Yeah.
In the classroom.
Yeah.
In the classroom. Hey, what we doing in the classroom?
Nisa, explain to them if they don't know what classroom is.
All right, guys. So you all you play games. So this is a game. It's a rhyming game or a sound-alike game. I think we should stick to. You haven't called it?
Yeah, Jack, I'll call back in a little bit. We're doing classroom.
Right. I think we should stick to rhyming.
Rhyming.
All right. So let's just do a. Let me do a demonstration, right?
Yeah. Rhyming or song alike?
Let me keep it rhyming.
Okay.
All right. All right. So I will just say, I like fish in the classroom.
Yeah. I eat a dish in the classroom.
I make a wish in the classroom.
When I shoot a ball, it goes swish in the classroom. Right? So, you get it?
I was good. I'd say something about dish in the classroom.
All right. So, here what? It's three of you all. We're going to flip. And whoever wins the toss between Nisa and I, how are we going to do it, boy? It's three of them.
Just shoot.
Then they flip.
No, they just choose one of them.
They just choose. I wish you could have picked straws or something.
Yeah, just choose.
Okay, one of y'all gonna represent. I wish you could have do a pick, man.
You say, yeah, you flip.
All right, so numbers or
I taking birds.
Birds. Okay, so Avril representing or Shinzipo? Avril represent. So they done through Avril up already. All right. Let's see who you're going up against. You better hope you ain't go up against Nisa because Nisa's getting a real bad boy. Real bad. Look, she put All right, here we go. Woo, that's a nice flip. Bam! That is you. I took numbers.
Yeah, that's me.
That is Nisa. You're up against Nisa. Bomb!
She might, you never know, she could do good. She could do good.
Hey, boy, let me go.
So remember, after every word you have to say in the classroom, right? After every phrase. Yeah. Who?
Okay, now call the boy.
Hold on, let me take this.
You want to take it quick?
Take it quick.
Now, on air, next thing, I don't know who that is. Yeah, all right, ready?
Okay, guys, no calls. In the classroom. So I started, right? In the classroom. In the classroom. Hey! Do you want some water in the classroom?
I'm not thirsty in the classroom.
Hold on. Hold on.
You have to rhyme.
Just say, you have to rhyme. You have to rhyme.
So wait, I don't rhyme with water?
Yeah. You have to rhyme.
You see why I always love it for water?
You have to rhyme with water.
My head hurt me there.
That is the craziest start ever. Craziest start. All right, so you want to do a dry run?
Oh, good, Dad. I see dry run.
Okay, cool. All right, let me go again.
All right, that's starting with the same word, right? In the classroom.
Mm-hmm.
In the classroom.
Uh-huh.
In the classroom. Hey! Do you want some water in the classroom?
I'll drink it after in the classroom.
Hold on.
After rhymes with water.
After?
Nah, I don't think.
Well, if find water, this rhyme with after.
Absolutely not.
I don't
Water
think you're.
after.
I don't
I
think
think it could work.
Oh, let's set me
Water
up.
after.
Let's go to the comment section.
I think it could work, yeah.
Let's find out. Comment section.
I think it could work. Water after.
Water after. All right. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, cool. Let's continue. Okay. Your turn, Nisa.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
So, you say you drink it after, right? After.
Hey, what we doing?
I'm not your daughter in the classroom.
Well, I'll be your mother in the classroom.
You mean my father in the classroom?
It doesn't matter, sister in the classroom.
We will be together in the classroom.
I love how this is going in the classroom.
Nah, hold on.
I was busting, I can
All right, so that's a clear win to Nisa.
All right.
That's 1 point, so we're going the best out of 3.
First to 3.
All right, the best out of 3. Okay, so we're going again, Nisa, you're on.
All right. In the classroom. In the classroom. In the classroom. Hey, what we doing in the classroom? Go in the sink in the classroom.
I don't want to drink in the classroom.
But you just blink in the classroom.
I'll give you a little wink in the classroom.
Something smelling stink in the classroom.
What do you think in the classroom?
It's extinct in the classroom.
In the classroom.
That is
Well done.
All right, Nisa. All right.
Come on, man.
Oh God! So that is 2-1. Avril, you could probably come back and be 10. It has happened.
Come back and be 10 on the street.
But rare people come back.
People, let's come back.
What your name come back and with
You just come up too.
I come back. What's his name? The yellow Ford fat ball head what?
Judge Jizz?
No, not Judge. Junior Lee. Sorry, Junior. Yeah, he's a comedian. He can take that. Let go. All right, ready?
All right. In the classroom.
Mm-hmm.
In the classroom.
Uh-huh.
In the classroom. Hey! That cushion is green in the classroom.
It looks very clean in the classroom.
I find you look mean in the classroom.
How could you say it? I don't know in the classroom.
That is it. That is it. That is it.
Girl,
Probably.
I'm really in rhyme tonight at all.
Probably one of the shortest classrooms ever.
Somebody say ain't no coming back in the classroom.
Yeah, ain't no coming back
Well,
in the
that was
classroom.
easy.
Yeah, that was pretty quick, you know. Oh Lord.
Oh my God. Well, only give me a little round of applause now.
Yeah, get out.
Thank you.
Got it. Classroom was sponsored by Little Caesars. Thank you so much, Little Caesars.
Oh my God.
For sponsoring sponsoring us all the time and everything we do. All right, thank you, Restaurants Holding Little Caesars. They have the two pizzas, the hot and ready pizzas, two of them. All right, cheese or pepperoni only for only $110. Perfect for the household, perfect for the kids. All right, you know, the children and the young at heart loves the pizza. We have tonight the deep dish, 3 meat. That's what we have for the guests tonight. And I didn't get to eat yet. I'm gonna deal with that after. Guys, don't forget Nisa in concert, boy. Nisa is having a concert. It's called Aurora. Tickets are only $250. Live band. By profession, Nisa's a vocal coach. Before we did radio, before we do all of this, we are artists, all right? So this is what she does. This is who she is. She's a recording artist, and she does neo soul, jazz music, gospel music. She dabbles, pretty versatile. She dabbles in reggae. Anything she touches, mash it up. All right, and she's having her concert in Jacksonville. I'll call you back because I know you want to get in. I will call you. All right? She's having her concert. So that's May the 24th. Please go and mark the date. All are we going on in the Central Bank Auditorium? When you run out in Nissan, it's the whole Central Bank full.
I would love it to be full, you know. But at the same time, you know what I actually prefer?
What's that?
That people who actually want to support me are the only people who show up there.
Yeah, I feel you.
You know what I mean? That way, there's no fear. I just feel like it's an exchange, like we linemen, and I just, you know, it's just an exchange of good energy.
Yeah. If I have a concert, however, I want everybody come. Bad mind, people who hate me, wherever, just come through. Bring it because I want you only $250, but it's not mine. So just kidding with you, okay? This hour is also sponsored by Xanadu Tropical Resort, Lopino, and it is a space for if you want to spend some time by yourself, like, you know, Avril says, no, Kipi says she like to vibes by herself, you know. That space will be nice for you. No.
Oh.
Kipi said that, right? Or you have your squad, you have your family. If you're having a line, you're having a birthday party, the back of Xanadu is, I ain't gassing all the real talk. You could watch the video before we leave, or you could go and check it out yourself. If you have a corporate party, you have a birthday party, a lime, nice little party, all-inclusive concert, whatever, they facilitate that. Day passes to use the pool with your family, 13 rooms, clean, awesome, bring your own food, or they have your catering. You could go and spend the day. So this hour is sponsored by our beautiful sponsors. Again, if you like what we're doing here, you love us, hit us up on the PayPal now. Yeah, it will go to keep our expenses running for the podcast. New York is your thing, right? Cash App. Person's been asking if we have Zelle or Zelly. Zelle. Well, nah, we have Cash App. So thank you for all of the support. We're coming down to closing thought, but I see Jackson. Let me call Jackson back because he wanted to get in.
I want to ask them a question. KP said something before we started the show, you know, and you would be surprised at how much we is overthink things. You know, I feel like the nation loves you guys, and you just had to walk in that. You can't worry about, I wonder if I'm ready. You know, but the call coming through, so I'll continue after.
Let me take Jax. Last call before we go. Jax, come again.
Yeah, no, what happened? I actually called to say this, JD. And I don't want to, I don't want to offend nobody, you know.
Right.
All right, because this podcast is a love with everybody. We are family.
Right, right.
We are family. All right, but I think we should start to do now is to put up a disclaimer that the views of the caller is not a view of no. Why? Because I know. I mean, I realize that there's a few people who are very sensitive who might be tuning in.
Right, right.
I mean, we try to keep the show as clean as possible, but and like again, I say I don't want to offend nobody. I just want everybody to know that sometimes, I mean, we look forward to the show from the time it finished tonight.
Yeah.
Right.
We're already getting ready for next week on.
Wait, thank you.
And I mean, we come on the show ready to, I mean, everybody come on the show, we come to off wine, exchange, and learn something from each other.
Correct.
And the discussion we'll be having is is real life, stuff that happened to us on an everyday basis.
True.
So sometimes, I mean, if somebody kind of a little sensitive, I just want them know that, I mean, is this smutty show?
Right.
We try to say things with offend, most of the people.
Yeah.
You can't please everybody. All right. So I mean, I just want the caller. I mean, the person who texts, it's time to cut his call because it's too much. It's not as too much. Like I say, that's the problem we're having in this world today, or even in Trinidad, is that we don't sit down and talk and understand what's really going on around us. Everybody just want to stay.
Correct.
And it's something about we Caribbean people where we like to stay cook up and hush us and don't discuss stuff. And that's why, plenty of we kids the way they are today, because we don't discuss now because kids ain't supposed to talk about that.
Right.
So, I mean, I just want to say that too. And the next thing I want to say to JD, from the last time we had this show with the guy who fell and he was impotent from his neck down.
Yeah.
And he wanted to watch. He had to tell his wife she could bring him, but he want to watch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You see, I want to tie it into the show here tonight. And if he's listening, it's the same thing, because I wonder if he got through with that wish and how he would have felt when he set up his wheelchair to look at action go down.
We don't have
And
that
then we
information.
We didn't do a
well, like I say, I hope
do
the
a
wife
follow-up,
listening and she relay this to him.
Right.
I know I will tie up. I'm a rule up this right now. And when the guy show up and drop his towel, he saw Mendingo.
Oh God.
If he would have go through with that wish that he had, or he would have back out saying no, he changed his mind. And that's all I want to say. And again, I say to the people who kind of a little sensitive, I mean, I'm glad to have you all. We are all family and we come here to have fun, unwind, learn from each other, and leave the show with no kind of ill feelings.
Yes.
Or even think, you know what, I'm not tuning into that show next week because it ain't good. No, we're here to learn from each other.
Yeah.
You understand? And Jimmy, again, I say, I wish I was there for Lisa's show coming up, but I hope I'm there for the next one. I want to try and make it home sometime this year. So I'm hoping that we have one again. And I hope, like JD say, it full out with good people, bad mind people. And the people who come there bad mind, they leave full and change their bad mind. Okay? So that's it for me.
Good
Jack,
vibes.
thank you so
Good
much.
vibes.
Thanks, buddy. And let me just, before we go to the closing thoughts, let me just toggle on what Jack said. Now, we've been doing a podcast for 4 years
Over
now?
4 years. Yeah.
About 4 years now. Yo, time real flying, boy, since the pandemic. And people know who we are genuinely. They know we're Christians, we know we love the Lord, but they also know that we not the religious, over-religious Christians that can have a conversation about things that I think a lot of
that people going through.
One, there are absolutely almost no platforms where Christian people could talk and be some sort of now this is not a cheering show. Yeah. And our audience, yes, we they love the Uncle JD and whatever, but around this time, parents understand it's time for big people to talk, because these letters are coming in as real life things. No, you can't call. No, we work on our gospel station. And we just say it all the time. Sometimes we just had to pull back on the radio station and say, hey, this is not podcast. Because the people had a license and all of that. So the podcast is a place where our license is the internet. Now, our audience, however, do understand. If you notice the comment section, nobody in getting out of timing, nobody in cursing. And if anybody start to do that, the audiences, the comment section, let's put them out. So it's still it's still on order, it's still a respect. But at the same time, you know, we big people, and if we are to talk big people thing, we just talk big people thing. So the person who said what they said, we love you and we appreciate you too. Don't run away, stay back. But we could get a little, we could get a little rough sometimes. But we don't overdo it. That makes sense?
We
All
lime
right,
in with Cheerful Company.
Guys, before we go to closing thoughts, of course, my question is a question that you would ask most people who started off in any venture, right? Where you all want to see Cheerful Company going in the next 5 years? Like, where's the ideal goal? Where you all wanna take Cheerful Company?
Next 5 years, I think we want to be able to touch a lot of different countries because we have supporters all over.
That's a good one.
As far as South Africa. Besides that, we just want to continue working in our purpose, which is bringing cheer, being that light in this already dark world.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the ultimate goal.
Yeah. So you all recycle, what's the word? You all recycle content, right? Meaning,
I don't think so.
when I say recycle, probably I asked that question wrong. You know how did they say nobody really invent anything unless you invent it?
Oh.
You know?
Sometimes we would see content and reinvent it, but some of our content is original.
Yeah. And then too, I like to, sometimes you might see things on the internet, but we want to see our version of it and our own people doing it. And yeah.
Tell me, what is our original? What is one of your original things?
One of the filters, some of the filters, I created them.
Are you serious?
Yeah. So like the ones with the local artists and stuff.
Yeah.
Right.
We made
the
it.
filter game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That bad, Shinzi?
Yeah.
Congratulations. I had no idea. I was wondering where they getting them thing. So you see how you don't know unless you ask a question. Don't stop. Because that's very bad.
Yeah, man. Cheerful Company in the building. All right. So closing thoughts is basically, what are your thoughts on the topic tonight, and any advice if we have any? So you want to paraphrase real quick?
No,
we can
I don't want to paraphrase.
Everybody remember
the already.
Yeah. All right. What's your closing thoughts, KP, on the topic? Like closing.
I don't have any closing thoughts. Is that okay?
Yes. Yeah. You can do that, of course.
This topic was kind of high for me.
High?
Yeah.
Sensitive, you mean?
Not sensitive. It was just a lot.
Right.
Yeah. Don't really have this kind of conversation, so it was different.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, of course, you be in a, what you call it, bird? What you are now? Introvert, yeah.
What has to do with being an introvert?
Well, I mean, you know, I'm trying to understand introverts.
You sound like you're trying to be a good host right now.
No, I'm trying to understand how introverts think. So, like, I'm not one.
Yeah.
So
No, I just don't have these kind of conversations. So it has nothing to do with being introverted.
That was it. It had nothing to do with being introverted.
Yeah, I like it.
I've never went through it. I've never experienced it. So, yeah.
Yeah, I like it. Yeah. Avril?
I love these type of topics. Well, as you can see, I'm older than both Shinzi and KP, and I would have gone through a lot of different stuff, relationship-wise and stuff. But the truth is, a lot of persons suppress. A lot of persons hide behind experiences. And sometimes even audience, they may come on, even on the podcast, look on and not comment. But they are learning, and I believe even after the podcast, somebody would have grown from it because they would have recognized, hey, these stuff are real. So I think it's good for daily life, and it helps you heal from things that you would have experienced. So I think it's ideal, especially for the age group and the audience.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Spice Girl says,
That's wonderful.
That's wonderful. Cheerful Company. Love you guys. Thanks for the laughter. It is,
thank you.
Boy, super needed. Super needed.
Trisha says, Avril's vibes. Love the realness. Will Saber says, I am not horning. I'm not taking horn. I gone. Thoughts closed. So those are his closing thoughts. Sadie, what did Sadie say? Sadie said, Cheerful Company can be the next Wiggles. Who's the Wiggles?
Probably some Canadian.
Well, you know who the Wiggles is?
No.
See, some Canadian something.
All right, so here's my closing thoughts on the topic, right?
You want me to go first, Sarah?
No, let me go first. Avril said something that's very important. A lot of people live and they suppress everything serious, so they don't even know who they really are in any situation. They don't give their chance. They don't give themselves a chance to see how strong they are or how weak they are. They just either run away from everything, pretend things never happen, or pretend nothing hurts, or whatever the case is. I think a lot of us in relationships, it's like a lot of people play house until they realize they don't want to play house anymore. And relationships are, for some people, very serious. And if you're dealing with things like infidelity and you still decide to stay together, tell yourself you have a fight ahead of you, because human beings don't really forget. You could roll over, smell something, you remember. You could see somebody looking like the person, you remember. So it takes such a responsibility to stay in something after infidelity happens. So I still want to applaud the couple for still being in a relationship, because they both said, listen, we both kind of do mess, but we still together. Where we are now is that...
I find that woman shouldn't tell him...
Where we are now is because somebody asked a question, an answer was given, and now he can't deal with the truth. Now, at the end of the day, Kirk Franklin said something in one of his songs. You will always hear me talk about that. Kirk Franklin said, never underestimate the demons in a man's mind. People could say they love you and forgive you, and they're sleeping right next to you, and they haven't forgiven you. They don't really love you. They're just staying with you for sure. And I think people like that, keeping people back from the real people they're supposed to be with. If you are in a situation where you know you cannot properly love somebody, and you're just staying to keep up pips, or you're ashamed, or what people go say, I think you're damaging somebody else's potential to have a better life. I'm not endorsing divorce and stuff like that, right? But what I'm still saying what I'm saying. Some of us cannot deal with the truth that we just asked for. You ask for something, no, you can't deal with it. No, you're asking us.
Okay, go ahead.
So it's like you bounce your head, and people just don't forget. You understand? So I know counseling does come up real often, and these things, go and get counseling, but the power is in your hand and in your head. On the both sides. Because you cannot forget that. Right? And next thing you start treating your wife how she don't deserve to be treated.
You know, you ever hear of a situation where after unfaithfulness, when the man finds out, when they try to have sex after, it's a whole different kind of sex? The man trying to outdo the person?
Well, exactly. And that is what certain information will do to you, because now you know. So now you're not even connecting, you're conniving.
Thank you, Nisa. Let me give everyone there, Avril, her flowers, KP and Shinzi. Before I answer, just let me get the ending again, where he wants to know what the final...
He said...
Hey, Shinzi, my apologies. My apologies, Shinzi.
No problem.
No, yeah, it should. You're not saying wrong.
Talk about what?
No, like your closing thoughts on the topic. So if you want a little clarity, like me, the ending of what he said.
The end of the things, okay, so when he told his wife he basically can't deal with the reality, he asked her if she loved the guy. She said she doesn't love him, but what they had, the emotions and everything, was incomparable.
Right.
So now she says to him, you ask.
Right.
So now this is what our life is. You ask, now you have these thoughts, and now we life miserable.
So what he wants to know...
So he is saying, is she right? What do you think? Will I or can any real man forget and love his woman 100% knowing that he isn't or wasn't his woman's best?
Yeah, Shinzi.
I mean, yes, she's right. She was truthful. For him, he has to make a decision, right? And it will take time.
A decision to
whether he able to stay
or not.
forgive, forget.
Forgetting?
That is the hard part, the forgetting. But he has to make a choice. He has to know. Is it worth it to stay? Yeah.
Hey, boy. That's Shinzi. All right.
Is it worth it to stay?
Is it worth it to stay? I like. All right. So he asks, is she right? I want to deal with the is she right question. You ask, but I think you asking, you know, sometimes you're asking for something and you really don't want it. A kind of way. So I think, you remember in the first hour when I will say, I tell him because I want him to know, because I was looking for a way out. I think it could have a little part of that with her. Like, why would you tell somebody that the sex that me and this man had was incomparable? I can't compare to nothing else on this earth. I think that's a kind of borderline. I ain't saying you can't say no, but why would you say that? That's bare wickedness, dog.
But he asks.
And it's
Yeah, but you don't. Okay, but listen. Yeah, KP. I think that like you could have keep that. You could have keep that to yourself.
And then he'll come back next week and say, "You're sure?"
Because
he clearly liked to ask.
No, but what he could have come back and say was, so he was on. What's the word?
Incomparable.
Yeah. So what we just do better, bro. Nah, listen. So I think that although Shinzi says it was the truth, I think she could have spared him that if she wants to have any hope to start from fresh. I think that's a little bit too much for anybody to get over. Anybody, anything you tell somebody, like, not gonna compare to what I had with this person, intimately, sexually, emotionally. Next thing you know, he's pray and take oil and cover she hair and all kind of thing, and pray and all kind of. Well, oh God, when a man start praying, it's a different level. You know that?
Something?
Yeah.
But I think the reason why she would have give all that information is because maybe she's not interested in the relationship or keeping it.
Oh, the same, the one she in it?
Yeah.
I feel so.
That's the only reason why she would say all of that.
Yeah, she or she might be vexed and did better with he and she trying to spite it, dog.
I didn't think about that.
Yeah, she was that. There ain't no way you could say, yeah, so it was uncomparable. You know that dude. So was she right or wrong? I think she was just wicked.
Okay.
To do that. She was just wicked to say that, right? No. Next question. Can you handle that? Nah, bro. You can't come back from that, dog. Dog, if you're watching, sir, you may have to do some deliverance.
Did you say get some rest?
It is.
Oh God, I'm not laughing.
Yeah. Well, you know, guys, when we laugh,
Lord.
right? But I think that it is very, 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 very difficult to hear those words and to get over that. Now, it doesn't mean you ain't going to fall out of love with your wife, or you maybe can't even move on, you know, because all things are possible through Christ. And, you know, relationships can be restored. But, boy, you have a doozy to work with. That one is a serious one. I ain't big man thing. If you go through that, I will say to you, kudos for even asking as a man, because men don't even want to find out. And the last thing is, that's the two things, right? The woman, and the last things, if he could make it to stick around. Try. You don't know if you will try. Divorce, I don't think that is means of divorce. Well, yeah, that is unfaithfulness. So my apologies. So if you, of course, as divorcees, we don't like to waive the divorce for rag one time. I believe going for counseling, fighting for your marriage and all of that. But at least you had to try. See how it go, try. But I don't think she should have told you that. That's a little bit too much. That's weird. I've been in that situation already. And if the person did tell me that, how did they tell me? Like that?
What do you mean? Somebody tell you somebody else was incomparable?
No, if in my last relationship,
because
if
to
they
me
did
it
tell
sounds
me
like you
that,
say you was in that situation.
I was in that situation where I asked, so how much wrongs?
Are you kidding?
Yeah, I asked how much wrongs. I asked how much wrongs.
You see where your head is, boy?
No, well, I was hurt.
In the sand.
I say, so how much wrongs? Yo, it was like, real wrongs, sir. Yeah? I say, real wrong, sir. And she'd say, about 3, and then sometimes we do 4. And then I say, oh, so I was trying to beat 4 in my mind. You understand? So I went and take thing.
Oh, Lord. JD.
Went and take something. Yeah, take some, that man in St. Augustine used to sell some bark in a bottle. What you call it? It's Babon something, boy. Boy, that
you
thing.
Asking us? We don't know.
That thing nearly killed me. That did what my chest nearly blowed him up. My heart.
And you see,
my heart nearly blowed my chest. You know?
And it worked?
Huh?
It worked?
It overworked.
Oh, good. I laugh like every day.
I slept with an erection for days.
Okay, that part I didn't need to know.
No feeling, nothing.
Right, okay.
Nobody had a good time.
All right.
Nobody had a good time.
All right.
You understand?
Confess your faults one to another. And,
they say, all right, okay, you know. So we really pray that it works out. We pray that the Lord gives you, the sea of forgetfulness in your mind. It is possible. You know what I mean? But we understand if it's difficult, if it's tough.
I just have one comment here, and then I want to ask Cheerful a question, right? Before we send them on their way. My friend Christoph is saying it's not about endorsing divorce. It's about taking the time necessary to know yourself alone. Real people don't know themselves. They don't know themselves alone, and they don't know themselves with people because they're trying to be the person that the person want them to be, and they don't know who they are. That is a salient point in itself, right? So that when you with someone, you can communicate your expectations and hear their own with the right trauma-free ears.
Yeah.
All right. Do you all think that your relationship will stand the test of media time and outside of media time? Meaning, I know it could have it's work. Like we know it's work.
Yeah,
even
it's
though
a lot
it's
of
fun,
work. I know this work
I
real
know
hard,
it's a
boy.
lot of work.
Jeez.
You know, will your friendship sustain the work aspect of Cheerful Company? And even if that doesn't happen, do you think you all are strong enough to remain friends if that even dissolves, if Cheerful Company just dissolves?
Yes, we were friends before and we will definitely be friends after, I'm sure.
I like it.
I'm sure.
Yes, I agree. We were friends before. We blew up on the internet, and we will definitely be friends after. We have a really good friendship. I don't question neither of them.
Your work, Avril and KP, your work, does it hamper the Cheerful Company gig at all?
No.
Being officers?
No.
We work around our roster when it comes to content and stuff.
We do content one day.
Just
in
one
the
day.
week. Which
Right,
is Saturdays.
and do everything.
And we try to get in as much to carry us through the week.
Your peers respect that part of you? Because I think an officer is a serious gig.
Actually, they look forward.
Okay.
That is awesome.
They look
I don't know about my peers. I don't know if they respect it or not, but it don't matter to me, you know?
Yeah.
This is my private life, and I'm taking my private time to do this. So it doesn't matter if they respect it or not, to me.
Love it.
Yeah, AKP. I feel like I would not want to be your daughter, you know?
Daughter.
Huh?
My what?
Your daughter.
She said she feel like she didn't want to be your daughter.
She looks
she has a switch. She just put it on. She does it very well.
Go and ask your father.
Yeah. She does it very,
That's
very
what she
well.
looks like.
No, but I think the group need somebody like me. Because everything for Avril is a joke. Avril is so unserious about everything.
Unserious.
But she's a very unserious person.
Right.
And Shinzi, serious but laid back.
Yeah.
She, whenever.
Yeah.
Shinzi's a whenever kind of person, you know?
Yeah.
And then have me to say, listen, we're meeting for 5 and we're meeting for 5.
Mm-hmm.
And I would say we're meeting for 5 and Avril talking on the phone, Avril making a phone call, Avril listening to a voice message, Avril is work. Avril is a lot of work. And she not. If you say Avril, call JD and them and tell them that we have to meet a particular time. And whatever. Avril will forget to send the location. Have to come back and remind Avril, you have to send the location. So Avril is a lot. Avril is a lot. She's a lot.
Avril
But the thing is, Avril keep us in check where our prayer life is concerned.
Mm-hmm.
She covers in prayer. She sends prayer in the chat. We pray together. So, yeah, she have a purpose.
Is there anything you guys want the nation to know that we didn't touch before we say our goodbyes?
I feel like they could have been a bit more appreciative. I feel like sometimes they come at us as though we're perfect. Like, we're not human. So they just expect us to be perfect and they put us on a pedestal that we didn't ask to be on.
Right.
We are literally just normal human beings doing content. We're not perfect. So just be more graceful. I'd appreciate that.
Love it.
I like that. That's the same for everybody, Avril and Shinzi?
Yeah, and even to endorse, I would say, just be real. Don't put up a facade. And I think that's what we strive to do. So even you see in our content, we come there, there's no powder on our faces. We just do what we have to do, not put up any images and try to remain authentic. Because masking it, you would get exhausted. And at some point in time, you'd run out of time. So
awesome.
Just be yourself.
Listen, we way past the time we were supposed to finish our
At
whole
9:30.
9:30. Thank you for the shares. They've been saying, JD, how many shares? We have 48 shares. So if you're here tonight, thank you for 48 shares. We have 5,300 views inside. Do us this favor now. Before you leave, if you have not, just hit that share button, hit the like button, so we could deal with the algorithm on that level. Cheerful Company.
Also, if you don't follow Cheerful Company and it was your first time, I don't know how is your first time.
I don't know how.
Seeing them. If you have not followed their page or pages, could you guys give us your TikTok, your Facebook, your Instagram handles so people could go ahead and follow, please?
Yes.
Either one or all, you go ahead and give it.
So Facebook is Cheerful Company. TikTok, Cheerful Company. Instagram, Cheerful Company.
Okay, one word?
One word.
Yeah, all them massive on TikTok. Like how much? 400,000 or something?
Yeah, we reached 400,000.
4
days ago.
400,000 people.
Yeah.
That is insane. 400,000 people. Of course, hit them up, get in contact with them on their social medias if you want to do, business and stuff like that. You'll do the business, of course. Yeah? Right. Hey, listen, we're getting ready to bounce out of here. Quickly before we leave, I am starving. I'm going to have that little Caesars in the background there. Again, thank you so much to Little Caesars. There we go for sponsoring this hour. Pizza. Thank you, Nisa, in concert. Aurora, I saw you all in the comment section asking about the tickets. Yo, we don't have any finances. We're doing this on our own financially up to now. We didn't get the sponsors yet.
That song real bad, eh?
No, but it is what it is.
It is what it is.
Yes, it's what it is. All right.
I mean, this wig is plastic. I'm just saying.
You can't say that.
I did.
They would say how a big man like me and Nisa wearing plastic hair and all kind of thing.
Don't matter. The point is that I will say be authentic.
Yeah. But this internet brutal too.
There
I
we
don't
go.
watch them. You understand? Right? So when we get paid, we next salary, we're going to do the tickets and put the tickets in the outlet. Stay tuned. Of course, King's Lounge Barber Spa is definitely going to be a ticket outlet when it comes out. And all Little Caesars location. Well, yeah, all Little Caesars location. We know those two outlets for sure. So stay locked on. Again, Xanadu Resort in Lupino. Thank you, Xanadu Resort, for sponsoring this hour as well. The numbers are here, so you could go back and watch the numbers. And Xanadu partner with us for the month. So anytime in my stories, Nisa stories, you can get the information for Xanadu, okay? Yeah, we out. Hey, ladies, thank you so much.
Thank you for having us.
Yo, let me go and eat now, because I know we really start to eat yet. Thank you for...
I can't believe you were that chick. That's insane.
Hey, look.
Hey, look again. How
that happen?
How we get hot on the screen?
Hey, bad.
That's what we call a hat.
You try, babe. Hey, look at it!
Move, I want to try.
Your hat cool. Cheerful Company talk. You go check me every week now. Bad.
Oh my God.
The hat general, yes. Hey, Dama, you know Nisa gonna be wanting to do that every week now. You know that was gonna happen. that is insane. All right, so we out. See you guys.
You just take long to say bye-bye. You sure all your past relationships done?
Yeah.
The way you just take long.
No.
Because
remember, it still has some
you know
bad
how long
one
we
day.
say we going?
It still has some bad one day, man. Last, quickly before we leave, if you wanna be, stay connected with Nisa and I, we're on radio every single day, Monday to Friday on Sky 99.5 FM. That will be this. Hold on, that will be this real quick, right here, every day.
Taking you through the traffic with a smile and plenty laughter. It's the Gridlock with JD Nisa on Sky 99.5 FM Reloaded.
Yeah, myself, Nisa and JL every day on Sky 99.5 FM. From 4 to 8, we just have a real good time on radio. All right? So we out. Thank you, ladies. We out now.
Later.
We out. Bye.
Spread some cheer.
Yeah. Hold on, where it is. There we go.
There we go.
Podcast, read all about it. When it comes to podcasting, we are number one. All these sponsors ready, the big steps ready, the internet above the shut. Welcome to the Friday, Hey, Arima.
Hey, Digo.
Hey, Brooklyn.
Big up Canada.
Hey, Caroline.
Long Dong in Tobago.
Sherry Life. UK, London, Sherry Life. Everybody the Sherry Life. Why?
I'm making the place.
Random singing.
I'm making the place.
Take your phone on. Sherry Life. Kaden.
Sherry Life. Debbie.
Patrina.
Sherry Life. Jacksonville.
Sherry Life. Todd Killian.
Sherry Life. Sadie and Joanna.
Sherry Life. Everybody just Sherry Life. Friday.
And
line. Start the show.
People like you, nah.